Hey, welcome to the Jim Master Show Live, entertainment lifestyle talk show series. How you doing today? Having a good time? It is the holiday season. If you're a little crunched for time or a little busy, maybe a little stressed out, well, stay right with us because this is our entertainment lifestyle talk show series where we always have a good time, poignant conversational moments that are really inspiring. We also have great entertainment and lots of surprises too, lots of laughs, lots of levity on this show too. It's conversational, it's warm, it's freestyle. It's done like a television series, but right here on the internet on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. I'm your host and presenter. I do this work professionally. For those who are watching live for the first time, a little bit about me quickly. I'm a professional television and radio host and personality presenter on television and radio here in the United States. That's where the show comes from the greater New York area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, between New York and Boston, along the southern New England coast. So I do this work professionally in the real world. And then we created this series back in May 2020 to connect with everybody around the world. Our viewers, they call themselves the JMS, that means the Jim Master Show, Lovities. Yes, and we love that. Because in the summertime, a year or so ago, I said the show has a lot of light, love, levity. And so I said the word levity too fast, and that's the word that was developed, and everybody fell in love with it. And I think that's so cool. Our world could really use a little more levity, not just during, crazy times that we've had the last 2 years, but all the time, I think. And we've been having a lot of that here on JMS Live. So we welcome you. We're in a holiday mood here, in a holiday mode. We've got an amazing guest. We're going to welcome her in just a second. First, I toast all of you. We've got some afternoon coffee. It's a little after 4 p.m. Eastern here. We are on the East Coast of the Northeastern United States. 1 p.m. for those out on the West Coast and the Pacific time zones. And it's 9 p.m. where our guest is coming from. She is in Dublin, Ireland. That's right. And Catrina Scullion is here to grace us with her incredible presence. She's been in the choir with Celtic Woman. She's been with Anúna, and also is a brilliant soprano soloist, coming to us live from Dublin with great conversation and great music ahead. And it's very exciting too, because she has a brand new album out, and we're very excited as our special guest today on the Jim Master Show Live to tell you about that. She's all excited about it. And you're going to love it. We're going to hear some elements of it too. Classical Celtic Christmas with Catrina Scullion. And it's really a beautiful, beautiful album. You're going to love this. And she's debuting it. And literally it just came out. And I want to tell you just a little bit about her. Thanks to everybody who's commenting live. You can comment live during our show if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. If you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can comment live. So if you'd like to comment in chat right now live, when the show is live, you can do that if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's exclusively open to subscribers who want to be a part of our show when we are here live. So subscribe, easy to do. There, you just click that red button that you see that says subscribe. There's no cost for that. There's no fee for that. It's just telling us that you love our series and our shows. We've done about 550 episodes of the Jim Master Show Live, Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. So hit that red button right there, right now on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Subscribe. That way you can comment live during the chat. And also you'll be notified if you click the notification bell on all the incredible episodes we have live with guests from all around the world, some of my celebrity friends, folks from television and music and film, Hollywood, Broadway, international guests, and a lot of cool things. And while you're there too, give this episode a like. That's right. Like this episode. You'll see that there. That's a little thumbs up icon that's on that YouTube channel. Underneath this episode, this video, you'll see a little thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. That really helps us. And leave a comment for us too. If you're not commenting live in chat, even if you are, it really does help us if you also comment on the actual YouTube channel. Because when you do, YouTube sees that and they take this episode and then they bounce it out to millions more. So that's really, really something special. Thanks to everybody. We welcome everybody who is watching us here on the show from all around the world. We thank you for being with us as well. And as always, spread the word about our show. It's always good to have you here. And of course, we wish you happy holidays. Yes, it is the holiday season. We've got a snowman there, so we're slowly decorating our set. We're a little behind this year because I'm so busy with my professional work. Usually the set would be all holiday oriented, but we got the snowman there. And Catrina has a beautiful Christmas tree behind her, which we're going to see in just a second, live from Dublin. But let me tell you a little bit about her again, if you're not familiar with her, or maybe you are, but you want a little bit more. She's very excited again about classical Celtic Christmas. This is her second album recorded since the beginning of the pandemic. And her first album was absolutely incredible too, with classical settings of Irish songs and a collaboration with her duo partner and pianist as well. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Her latest album was actually funded by fans, fully funded by Kickstarter, which is incredible. She decided to record after her grandmother passed away in October, and it is dedicated to her memory. The title track, which she's also going to perform live for us, is the Wexford Carol that reflects her birthplace. Throughout the pandemic, she's continued to work with both teaching, singing piano online, and continues to sing as a resident cantor at the Sunday Mass in St. Mary's Church, Haddington Road in Dublin, Ireland, where the album was actually recorded and where the launch concert held. She also has continued to participate and produce classical crossover concerts, online platforms too, as well, and with international groups like Songbirds Live and Classical Crossover Community and Classical Crossover Magazine too. She has sung on television and radio to promote lots of wonderful projects too. She's very big on giving back, and she believes in spreading some festive spirit. And I agree. I am very, very big with that too, as you guys know here on the Jim Master Show Live. We absolutely love to do that. And if you are, again, familiar with her, you know that she's highly acclaimed too. She's just an extraordinary individual in terms of her talent, highly acclaimed, accomplished, and sought after soprano soloist with an extensive versatile performance background. In addition to her classical prowess, she has toured as a member of the choir with the acclaimed PBS show Celtic Woman. And during the tour, she's performed in prestigious venues such as Radio City Music Hall in New York, the Greek Theater in Los Angeles during a 14-week tour of the United States in 2018. And from 2003 until 2007, Catrina also performed as a soloist with Michael McGlynn's dynamic Irish choral group, Anúna. Now, you remember we had Lynn Hillary also on our show, who was with those groups too. And it's a small world, it really is. And again, she has enjoyed numerous performances in operatic spheres, solo engagements, and so much more. And she's done a lot for the North Dublin Opera as well. Highly accomplished. It's a beautiful picture that you're looking at as I'm telling you a little bit more about her. She's an acclaimed concert soloist too. She's performed in so many wonderful venues, in addition to places like the RDS Concert Hall and N.C.H. John Field Room to Electric Picnic, performing opera on the Body and Soul stage, and so much more. And Liam Lawton, she's worked with Liam Lawton. I interviewed Liam Lawton on public television, PBS, here in the United States. He's amazing too. I believe he's a pastor as well, from what I remember. He's truly amazing. And so is Catrina, and she is joining us. So get ready, folks. Matter of fact, before we have her pop on, she's all set with her tree. She looks like $1,000,000. She's going to sing for us. We're going to have a good time here live exclusively on our show. Let's give you a little preview as the album, the beautiful Christmas album, launches. You can get a chance to hear some of her voice right now. And then live from Dublin, we're going to welcome her as my special guest on the Jim Master Show Live. Welcome, everybody. I see all the smiley faces. Good to see you here. Here is a little clip from some of the material from the album. Enjoy, and then Catrina will be right with us. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? That's just a little clip, just a little teaser there for you. You're going to hear her perform live as well. We've got lots more music as we share all of this together with all of you. We're very excited to welcome our very special guest, Catrina Scullion, live and direct from Dublin, Ireland. She's originally from Northern Ireland, but right now she's in beautiful Dublin area and loving it. Welcome and happy holidays, Catrina. Good to see you.
Happy holidays from Ireland.
I love that. I love it. Thank you for that beautiful Irish welcome. And how are you? How are you today? I love the background with the Christmas tree, and it has just sort of a really nice, the lighting is just very Irish. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. The Christmas tree is actually elevated off the ground because I have a toddler. So
yes,
it's practical.
Yeah. So tell us, how have things been? We've been in this crazy time of, the last 2 years. We've all had to make do. We've all had to come up with different things to keep our wheels turning and stay creative and everything else. And it's so wonderful that you've been able to do that too. Congratulations on the new album. I know that's one labor of love for you, and it is dedicated to your grandmother, right?
Yes, it is indeed. Yeah, it's been, the last couple of years have been some of the most stressful times of my life, but actually some of the most creatively rewarding as well. It's just been such an incredible environment to work under, and I suppose to find yourself under as well personally. I'm sure you've experienced the same thing. As artists, we have to keep working, we have to keep striving to create our art, but it's obviously been under huge limitations and huge stresses as well. So I'm very much blessed and very grateful for what I've been able to do in the last 2 years. And this album, although it was always something I wanted to do, my granny passing was really the catalyst for me to bring it to fruition. So I'm very, very grateful to have it now in my hands physically, as they say. It's been an incredible labor of love, but what a wonderful end to the year.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Chris is watching from Northern Ireland, where he hails. He's in Comber, over towards the Belfast area there, and he welcomes you to Lovety Hall and the Jim Masters Show live. So does Sherry Larson, who's watching in Kansas. These are some of our regular, I'm a very interactive host, so when we can, we try to bring in some of the viewers as well. She's in Kansas, USA. She welcomes you. Jen Barry's watching in Pennsylvania, USA. She welcomes you. Welcome, Catrina. Ready for our Irish crack sláinte. That means Jen may also have some Jameson pouring as well, I don't doubt.
One for me.
Yes, she starts early. Berlin in Ontario, Canada says, welcome, Catrina. She's welcoming you. And let's check in with a few more of our lovedies, and then we'll continue here. Lots of great comments coming in. Sherry Larson also says, hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? We're doing splendidly. Dawn is here. She says, hello. Good to see you, Dawn. Mary Bishop is watching in Florida. She says, hello, Jim and lovely friends. Hi, everyone, to you and everybody that's watching from all around the world. All these wonderful comments. Again, folks that are subscribed to our channel can comment during our live chat. Hello, Jim and Lovely Squad from Juanito, watching in South Africa, which is wonderful as well. Love Celtic Woman, Chris B. Hello to all the lovedies. Really looking forward to seeing the show with Catrina. I love that. Excellent posts on Facebook. He's loving that as well. Chris follows, whenever he hears anything to do with Celtic Woman, he is there.
Yes.
He is there. Yeah, as you know, I've known them ever since they came over to the United States when the group first started, and I've basically interviewed all of them on PBS and Celtic Thunder and a lot of Irish artists as well. Tell us about the relationship with Celtic Woman and how that happened for you, Catrina.
Well, to make a very long story short, it was all Lynn Hillary's fault. I met
Isn't
Lynn
she
Hillary in
great?
the
She's one of my favorites. Yeah, we've worked on specials together and TV specials. She's just awesome.
She's an incredible person and such an incredibly talented singer
Yeah.
as well. And I'm
Yes.
so privileged to call her a friend. But it all started when Ireland were doing River Dance for the finale, a show of the Special Olympics. We were hosting the Special Olympics, and they put out a national campaign to look for the soloist for that particular show. And I met Lynn Hillary in the queue for it, the auditions, and she ended up getting the soloist position. But we became friends, and she mentioned to me that she was in Anúna, and then I auditioned for Anúna and spent 3.5 very happy years in Anúna. And then Lynn had gone off to do Celtic Woman, and I got a call asking me would I be interested in doing the choir, the Ancient Choir, and I said absolutely. So I actually auditioned, and the only open position was for Alto 1, which I am not. But I auditioned, and they offered it to me, and I was absolutely thrilled. What an experience to go off on tour for 14 weeks to the States, and to be there with my friend as well. It was incredible. So it's all Lynn's fault.
All Lynn's fault, and what a great thing she did, right? When you think about it,
Absolutely.
to get you connected like that. We worked up in Maine, northeastern United States, for those that are watching, in the New England area, and we worked on a big PBS special with our dear friend Tim Janis, called Celtic Heart, and it was fantastic. The Harp Twins were with us. Mairead Nesbitt was with us as well. Liam McGlynn, of course, a wonderful Irish flautist, and so many other great performers. And it was really, really nice to see Lynn again. And again, I've interviewed all of them on PBS, and she's been a guest on this show too. So really cool. So you've had this opportunity. So with Celtic Woman in the choir, right? Well, touring, what was that
Yeah.
like for you?
I mean, it was quite an experience because my background would be mostly classical. Well, I guess apart from Anúna, but it was incredible. I mean, I think it was something like 101 dates in the 14 weeks, and to do Radio City and the Greek Theatre. I had never been to the States, so to see it that way was just amazing. Now, there are still a couple of places that I didn't get to see that I'd love to see. I didn't get to go to Boston. I didn't get to go to New Orleans, but there were other places, like I was in Rhode Island, I was in Chicago. I've since been back to New York. I took my mum for her 60th to New York, and of course, I got the photo of us standing outside Radio City so that I could compare it with the Celtic Woman shot of us outside as well. But
Yeah,
I
what a
just loved
place.
it. What a way to see it. Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. I mentioned you've had an opportunity to perform at a lot of extraordinary venues over the years, right?
Oh, I've been so lucky and so blessed. I mean, Radio City I mean, that's up there. That really is. That's one of I mean, that's a career moment for me.
Yes.
I was in the background, and I was in the chorus and everything else, but still, to look back on the photos of that, it's very surreal. I have a funny story for you though. I was wearing my contact lenses, and they were new contact lenses, and it was the night that the big execs came out. They always come out to Radio City.
Yes.
And the dry ice machine went off, and let's just say it looked as if I was caught up in the moment and was crying, but my lenses had decided they weren't going to cooperate with the dry ice. So I was kind of wandering across the stage doing my thing with ice streaming, because of the dry ice machine. So that's showbiz, as they say, with the executives
Yes.
out in the house, but that's showbiz.
Wow, that's amazing. How did you first get started? What was your entree into performance and singing for you early on in growing up in Ireland, Catrina?
It goes back a long way. I started Irish dancing when I was 3.
Did you really?
I did for I think I did that now for, I think it was about 11 years, 10 years maybe. And then I started the piano and the flute and a little bit of guitar. but I'd always wanted to sing, and my dad always loved listening to the likes of Les Mis and
Oh,
Sarah
yeah.
Brightman and Michael Ball, and I grew up
Yes.
on that. And so I always wanted to sing, and I would be singing, you know, the tenor lines up the octave, and my dad would be going, "What are you doing? That's crazy. You don't sing like that." And I'd
Right.
kind of sing like an opera singer around the house, and it used to drive my parents nuts. So
Was
I
there a
always
song that
want,
you would sing over and over?
oh
A
my
particular
goodness,
song? Like my
you know,
sister growing up, like always, she loved Annie from Broadway, so she would always sing. And we actually have a cassette of her when she was a kid doing it. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. You know that one. Yeah,
oh, that's a cute one, I have to
that's a
say. I
good
love to
one.
go with my little students. Michael Ball, Aspects of Love. It would have been Love Changes Everything would have been one of my dad's favorites. So I would have sang that, and anything from Les Mis.
Oh
But
yeah.
I really wanted to sing opera, and you know, I had a little tiny light voice when I was growing up, and you wouldn't have heard me behind a paper bag. So um, I didn't get my opportunity until I moved to Dublin almost 21 years ago to do my music degree. And I funded my singing lessons, and it just took off from there.
You
So
funded the singing lessons too? Wow.
yeah. So that was it. I worked 4 jobs and paid for my singing lessons, and that was my priority. And so what had been flute and piano, and I don't play the flute as often anymore. I don't get the opportunity, but I play the piano kind of every day when I'm teaching. But definitely, it was always the singing I wanted to do. So
Mm.
that's how it all started, as they say.
What would you, and you, as I mentioned earlier, you grew up in Northern Ireland and you're there,
Yeah.
made your home now in the Dublin area. Early on, what was one of those big moments for you that sort of catapulted your career and your notoriety early on for you, Catrina?
The very first thing for me, and I remember it vividly, was Anúna, really, because I mean, you know, when I started college, I did join an opera company, and it wasn't a professional one, so I was in the chorus and things like that. But when I joined Anúna, we had gone back up to Belfast to do a concert in the Grand Opera House in Belfast, and Michael had arranged for BBC Radio Ulster for me to do an interview with them, and also my local newspaper to do kind of a spread, I suppose, on the local girl. And my old school sent a bouquet of flowers up to the stage door to say, "From all your fans in St. Louis." I went to St. Louis Grammar in Ballymena. That for me was kind of the moment for me that was the start of, I suppose, the stage bug. That was it for me. That I knew that was what I wanted to do, and that was it.
That's fantastic. What a good time for that to happen, right? Too, and for Anuna to be one of the first pivotal, you know, places or groups to be a part of because they were already, sort of there. That's kind of exciting, huh?
Oh, I mean,
What an
growing up,
opportunity. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like growing up in Northern Ireland, I would have kind of sung in the folk group. The folk group was where it all started, I suppose, really for me. I played the flute in the folk group at Mass before I moved to Dublin. But growing up in Northern Ireland, we all would have been aware of Riverdance. We all would have seen Anúna with the black cloaks and the candles, so iconic. And
Yes.
for me, I mean, that was a real pinch me moment because,
Oh,
you
yes.
know, to get the training that I got in the group, the a cappella singing, the understanding of, I mean, Michael used to, and we've laughed about it since, he used to point to me and say, soprano 1, soprano 2, alto 1, alto 2. And I knew all the lines, and
You knew it
depending on the
all.
song, he just expected me to jump lines. So you really got your training in. I mean, there was nowhere to hide. You had to know your lines a cappella. And then to walk in heels, in a long dress, with loads of hairspray and a candle. You'd want to have your
Not
nerves
that
quite
easy.
there. Yeah, tricky.
That is funny. Wow. So that again, another fantastic opportunity for you as well. So you were really focused more again initially on classical, but then started to incorporate some of the other genres into your repertoire. Tell us about when you decided to to do that? Was it when you got involved with Anúna? Was that really pivotal for you then?
Yeah, like for me, I mean, I've always just loved to sing, and I loved the idea of being an opera singer.
Yeah,
But intrinsically, I'm again coming from Northern Ireland. I'm very proud of being Irish, and it's my
sure.
heritage and it's part of my identity. And I always loved that Irish aspect of things. So
Yeah.
I've always loved singing Irish music. Now, I'm not a Sean No singer. I very much do have a classical sound to my voice, and there's that dichotomy in the vocal world. It's almost like people try and pigeonhole you into you are an opera singer or you
And
are.
that's it.
And
Right.
for me, I've always believed that I'm a soprano. That is my voice type. I can sing. Why shouldn't I be able to sing, because I'm Irish, sing a song that is Irish in nature and not be pigeonholed into, you're not a traditional singer or, you're an opera singer singing this. No, I'm an Irish soprano and I'm singing songs that I love. So it's been great to have all the background and all the training I've had, but what these two albums have allowed me to do is really show off my national identity and show off me as a performer and me as a person and intrinsically what I am. So that's been incredible.
Mm. So the opportunity again with Celtic Woman, we mentioned Anúna, and then Celtic Woman comes along. That's quite extraordinary because they an established international group. Um, Television shows, concerts galore. So many people follow and enjoy them. Um, that was Lynn that sort of again got you connected with that. What was that like when you then had that opportunity to be performing with Celtic Woman and being part of the Celtic Woman family?
Oh, I mean, it was an incredible experience.
Yeah.
I got to tour, I got to see the States. And what I consider very, very special about my time in the likes of Anúna, the likes of Celtic Woman is, as you see the singers come through the likes of the conservatories and everything here, they get their voices trained. They're taught to kind of the technicalities of singing and how to perform. But I gained experience that you just don't get unless you do something like that, unless you go on tour. You understand what it is to be part of a major production, all the things that go behind the scenes, the production, the orchestration, the moving parts. I mean, what it is to kind of be part of a tour, and then to see the bigger machine, the media machine, and the
Yeah.
emotion behind it. For me, that's been really special because I've got to see there's so many, facets to what I've experienced as a performer, I guess. A lot of singers that I see coming up that would consider themselves, concert singers or whatever, they wouldn't have seen that side of it. And it's an incredible part that you have to be open to. It's a huge
Yes.
part of it. It's amazing.
It really is. What are some things that you learned, maybe even about yourself or about how the business works and how, it flows when you are with larger groups like a Celtic Woman or a Nuna, these established entities? Um, I'm sure there was a lot of learning opportunity for you as well. You were able to hone and perfect your own talent and skill, but probably just by watching all the elements of how to put these things together, the television shows, the tours, the concerts, like you say, the marketing, the press, all the things that are a part of all of this. Um, what are some things you learned along the way being a part of those groups?
I learned, I would say, two very big things. One of them is to know yourself as a performer, to know your craft, to know what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it. And a second thing that I learned, and it's a very personal thing, but I learned it during the tour with Celtic Woman. You know, you're in with this group of people and you're living in each other's pockets and each other's space. Sometimes we would sleep on the bus to get to the next place,
Yes.
and you're in very close contact a lot of the time. And I would have been afraid of kind of spending time kind of by myself and kind of away. You felt you had to kind of contribute something to the conversation or be a part of it the whole time. And one of the other girls in the chorus, Amy Rivard, she said to me one day, and it's always stayed with me, she said, you know, it's very important and a wonderful thing to be able to spend time with yourself. And that always stayed with me. So it's not by yourself, it's with yourself.
With yourself. There's a difference, isn't there?
Absolutely. And particularly in this industry, I mean, we all do the social media thing. We all put up the post and wait to see what the interaction is. And if we don't get it, it's, you know, it's your ego takes a bashing, or, you know, you do feel, oh gosh, I'm not good enough. There's a bit of imposter syndrome. It's important to take a step back sometimes and go, do you know something? I'm just going to sit and enjoy that time in my own skin, in my own headspace, and be grateful for what I have and be thankful for what I've done, and, you know, give myself the pat on the back for the accomplishments, you know, that I have made. So that was a big, big lesson. Know your craft, know what you're supposed to be doing, and represent yourself well, and then spend time with yourself. Check in with yourself every so often and just, you know, say, do you know what? You're doing okay. You know, it's not all to the person on the other end of the screen to say it for you. It's important to recognize that in yourself.
Beautifully said. And it's so very, very true, because again, the days can be heady and very busy and you're pulled in a lot of different directions. So having that time, oh yes, let's do a toast since you've got your glass there.
With water.
Well, it's after 9. I had asked Catrina if she had coffee or anything, tea, coffee. And she said, oh no, I can't because it's after 9. She'll be up all night. But we have some coffee here. I shouldn't have it after 4 o'clock either. I'll be up all night. But Sláinte, cheers.
Sláinte. Well, it's because it's after 9, and it's also because I'm expecting my second baby, so I can't have caffeine anyway.
Wait a minute. A major announcement on the Gym Master Show Live. Cue that graphic. We've got a graphic for that. This is a world premiere exclusive. Another baby on the way. You heard it first right here. Once again, we're breaking news on the Gym Master Show Live. Pow. Congratulations.
At the concert last week. I did out myself at the concert last week. I said for the album launch concert, I sang a lullaby that I sing to my son Ben, who's now in bed. And I said, Ben, make sure that you're in bed now. And I sang this to him when he was in my tummy, and I'm singing this now for, you know, this one in my tummy. So there was a little ooh and round of applause. Great way to get the audience on side.
Yeah, I was going to say, absolutely. Yes. Baby on the way. Second, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there an approximate due date or?
May the 14th.
May the 14th. So congratulations. Keep us posted, and we'll, of course, mention it here on the show and have you back as well. Somebody had asked if Ben, how old is Ben, your son?
He'll be 3 in April, and I have a funny story about him as well. So, you know,
but somebody asked, is he sleeping or is he actually upstairs watching Spider-Man?
No, I'm in an apartment, so he's Spider-Man. There's a joke about that too. Yeah, he thought that, you know, when I told him I was having a baby, and I said, "What's in Mama's tummy?" and he said, "Spider-Man." So there's a joke about that too. But
Spider-Man's in there.
I'm in an apartment, so, you know. But anyway, I was going to tell you a little anecdote about Ben. So I sing obviously in St. Mary's Church. I'm the resident cantor there, and Ben was due on the 1st of May, but he was born on the 20th of April, and that was in 2019. He was born on Holy Saturday, and of course, as a church musician, Easter and Christmas are 2 of the busiest times for me.
Oh, yeah.
And Holy Week, for example, in the Catholic Church, you know, we sing Holy Thursday, Good Friday, the Easter Vigil is about 2 hours long, Easter Sunday. So on the Tuesday, Ben had decided he'd had enough, and he started to make movements as if he was going to arrive. So people have joked that maybe the same will happen for this one, but Easter is a month before they're due. So I said, no, they're not, Mick. So Ben was 11 days early. This one needs to stay where it is, because
no
one wants that.
Right. Sarah Jane is watching. Good to see you, Sarah Jane. Welcome to the Gym Master Show Live, entertainment lifestyle talk show series. Hi, Catrina, from just down the road. Your new album is gorgeous.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Sarah Jane's a friend of mine. Thank you, Sarah Jane.
Santo Columbia, or Santo
Santo,
Calura.
Santo, yes, it's another lovely friend of mine, and he's going to church.
He's
He goes
going to
church.
church. So you can see the rest of this right here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. So when you come back from church, we might actually still be here, depending on how long the Mass is. And you can watch all the rest of it. Everybody can see it here on our YouTube channel as well. Love Celtic Woman Crispy. Congrats, Catrina. Little Ben will have a sibling. Yay. Juanita says, congrats on the pregnancy.
Thank you.
Merlin in Canada says, congratulations. Sherry in the United States says, great news and congratulations as well. See, as you know, I know you're a fan of our show and you enjoy the Jim Master Show live, as you mentioned. We have a lot of levity on our show. Congratulations from Mary in Florida as well. So
thank you.
And congratulations. Best of everything. May it be a beautiful experience along the way and leading up to the big day. And that's really, what a blessing, huh? Holiday time. What a beautiful blessing.
Yeah, it's, I mean, absolutely. Again, the end to a very difficult year, a great end to a difficult year. But again, I've so many lovely little moments to take with me from different things. The red dress that I wore in the launch concert, and it's a maternity dress. So, so I have gorgeous pictures of.
Is it that one?
Not that one. No,
that's a beautiful one too.
That didn't fit me after that photo was taken. No, the red dress that I wore in the launch concert, it's a maternity dress, but I actually bought it for another fairly significant career kind of moment. I did basically there was a song cycle written for me and my duo partner Catrina, who I did my first album with. Again, it would have been January. It would be 3 years ago in January. Yes, because Ben was in my tummy and I wore the red dress to that. So I have photos of me performing the song cycle in the National Concert Hall in Dublin.
Wow.
The former conductor of the National Symphony Orchestra, Colman Pearce, wrote the song cycle for myself and Catrina. So there's a photo of him congratulating us and me wearing that dress with Bump, which was Ben. And then my friend with Bump. And then my friend Emer got the photos last Friday, a week ago, from the album launch concert wearing the red dress with this Bump. So when they're big and bold and old, I can show them the two photos, of them both having little parts to play in my career. So nice little thing to take with me.
Absolutely. And, there's nothing like loved ones and family holiday time, which it is now. We are always, reminded of that, the blessing of loved ones and friends. And when you're surrounded by that, it's beautiful. Case in point, look at that cutie. There he is, right?
Spider-Man scarf. He's
got the spider. There's Ben. Yes, superhero Ben. That's a cute shot, huh?
He just got the haircut for the second time, and that was just a couple of days ago, and he's nearly 3.
Look at that shot, too. See if Ben will have to watch this later when he wakes up. He's being seen around the world, which is beautiful. Look at that shot, too. And there's somebody else there that's 50% responsible. Yeah, that's your husband, right?
That's my husband, David. Yeah, we're together 15 years now, next week, actually.
15 years. Congratulations.
5 years married, but 15 years together.
Wow. That's another great shot. Like I say, family and loved ones, really tough to top. And when you're surrounded by it, like here.
That's my granny that passed. Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? And she got a chance to see Ben, which is a blessing.
She was so close to Ben, and actually another blessing. I told her about this baby the week before she passed. Even though it was early, but I just felt like I should. So I really firmly believe that she's looking after us and helping us through this crazy year. And I'm just over a sinus infection, in fact. And
you are.
The launch concert last week I'm just about to take my last antibiotic. Just before the launch concert last week, I said, Granny, just help me through this, and she got me through it. And I'm a firm believer that she's looking after us and she's minding this little one and seeing us through.
Yeah. And that's your mom, right?
That's my gorgeous mommy. Yeah.
What's her name?
Dolores, my inspiration. She's my best friend in the world. Yeah, you're gonna get me crying, Jim.
I tend to do that, right? Yeah, if you need a Kleenex, well. Does your mom perform? Is she a performer as well? Singer? Any influence there?
No, my mum would be a bit more derogatory about the way she would say it about herself. She would say she's tone deaf. She is not tone deaf. She's not tone deaf, but she's not a singer. No, it comes from my dad's side of the family mostly. My mummy's brother would have been a singer, and well, there's another story there, but I won't go into that. But
yeah, stories. We Irish are storytellers, aren't we?
But no, my dad's dad and his uncle were both in the Seven Towers Male Voice Choir in Ballymena, and so they would have been singers, and I guess that's where it comes from, really. Yeah,
that's fantastic. That is wonderful. Look at this.
Magic Flute.
And what I love is the guests never know what pictures we're going to show, or they don't know when they're going to appear, and I love the reactions from the guests too. So tell us about this performance.
That was the Magic Flute. So I have a dear friend called Chris, and he set up a group called North Dublin Opera. We met in the Conservatory of Music and Drama while I was doing my master's there, and he was doing his undergrad degree in vocal performance. And it's the age-old thing. We have to create work for ourselves. So we created this company, and we got to perform the roles that we wanted to perform, and he put them on. And we've done that was the Magic Flute. I was the first lady in the Magic Flute, and we also did Dido and Aeneas. I was Belinda. We did Orfeo Eurydice. That's me. I was Eurydice. And I'm trying to think.
That is cool, huh?
Oh, incredible. I mean, to have those operatic roles on my CV, I never would have gotten the opportunity to perform those professionally unless I'd gone down the opera path. So, I mean, incredible experience.
Absolutely right. Yes, absolutely. Really, to have the opportunity to be affiliated with the North Dublin Opera, I'm sure, is another blessing for you as well. This is a great shot.
As well, I mean, you don't underestimate the value of working with a group of people who are mutually invested and like-minded, and incredible.
Love this one too, Catrina. And tell us where you are here. This is beautiful.
So this is St. Mary's Church, Haddington Road. This is what I call my spiritual home. So this is the church that I got married in, that Ben was christened in. I've been a resident cantor there for 12 years, not going on 12 years now. So this is where I sing every Saturday night. In fact, we were messaging before we went online, and I was going to sing at Mass. And I've Mass tomorrow morning. And this is my friend Claire, who has just completed her doctorate. She has just completed her doctorate in harp, and I was so privileged to have been a tiny part of some of the recordings for her doctorate, actually. But she herself and Catriona are the two instrumentalists on my album, and it was a case of, is there any chance that you guys would be interested in doing this? And they were, oh my God, oh Catriona, that's so exciting. Of course we would. That's the type of friends I have. It's just incredible.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're very supportive, which is a beautiful thing, to have that support around you. That's beautiful too.
That was last Christmas, and I definitely didn't have a baby in my tummy then.
No bump.
That dress didn't look nearly right.
That's a great show. Where were you there? Looks like a beautiful location there as well.
Oh, again, there's a story behind this place. So there's us Irish.
You're going to have to write a book.
Maybe I will.
Memoir eventually.
If I thought that anyone would buy it. So we call this place Frank's Place. So this is a retired doctor called Dr. Frank. He was friends with a tenor way back when in the day, and he used to hold soirees in order to let his friends sing, and he would invite people in, and he converted this room in his house to a salon, and it's got a beautiful baby grand piano, and there's a harp there, and it's decked out in like a kind of French Louis XIV kind of style, and he has these soirees. So he used to ask up and coming, after his friend passed away, he used to get up and coming singers from the colleges to kind of come and, you know, sing in these soirees, these evenings, and invite his friends. And obviously that's kind of stopped, you know, the last few years. But I just contacted him and said, Frank, any chance at all that we could come and do a little Christmas concert? Because last year we wanted to do something, and we live streamed it, and it's just gorgeous. It's stunning.
That's fantastic. When you have
Frank's
yeah, right. You know, when you have an opportunity to do things like that, it's amazing. We have something here that we want to share. I know you're going to perform live for us as well, and we're really looking forward to that in the audience. Our viewers are, as they're commenting live. They love the shots of Ben.
He's gonna break hearts, isn't he?
As well.
Come up.
And I was going to say, you know, if a cat comes on your lap or something, which happens, but you said there's no cat there, but there are 3 back up in Northern Ireland, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That is funny. Kathleen Walker, watching in New York City, says great photos. And Jen Barry in Pennsylvania, USA, says, Catrina, you're now a Lovety, one of our Gym Master Show Loveties. Sláinte, where do you find a show where you get to be a Lovety and part of the family like this?
Do you know something? The biggest compliments that I've ever been paid have been after I've sung at Mass, I have to say, where people have come up and said, I really felt every word that you were saying. It was like you were saying a prayer. And I think it's such a privilege for me, especially to stand on the altar and sing every week, but it's such a privilege for me to use my voice for my work. It's such a privilege to do this every day, to earn a living from it, to pay my bills from something that I love doing. I consider it such a privilege. And I really, really feel everything I sing. Do you know, I love being able to express how I feel, my emotion, beautiful music. I adore it. I adore every second of it. So, that for me is a huge compliment. That means more than someone saying, you know, oh, you have a pretty dress, or, you know,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, it's, you can really feel it. And that's a beautiful thing. And it's obviously, you know, transpiring and transporting through the airwaves here on the Gym Master Show Live, because Joan Sandow says, thank you. Your voice is beautiful. Joan is here. And Jen says, love Celtic Woman. Oh, thank you for sharing. Sláinte. And Sherry says, beautiful. And Merlin says, you have such a beautiful voice. Ben must love lullabies. Do you sing lullabies for Ben?
Well, the story I was telling you earlier about the German one that I sang.
That's right. That's right.
Myself, but he's funny now because he's getting wise to me. I was trying to practice the other day, and he was saying, Mama, stop too loud. So, you know, I used to get away with more than I do now. Now he's kind of over it.
Now everything is Spider-Man, and that is that.
And Fireman Sam, he wakes up in the morning, like the last couple of mornings, he's been awake at 6 o'clock in the morning in his cot singing Spider-Man Sam theme tune. So.
Spider-Man. We all grew up with that.
Fireman
Sam. Spider-Man. And I remember it used to be a cartoon. It was a cartoon on TV too in the afternoons. Spider-Man, 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 Superman, Batman.
Yeah, all of the above.
All of them. Jen Barry loves that version. Wawi from Juanita in South Africa, Mary Bishop in Florida, USA. That was beautiful. I love to, you know, have the interaction of our live audience because, you know, in my professional work, there's a lot of live audiences listening or watching. So I think it just adds a very special element, you know, the immediate reaction. David Williams is watching. Good to have you with us. Welcome, David. Love your voice, Catrina, Irish soprano. Great interview. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, David. A pleasure to have you here. Yep, that's right. The comic books, everything started first. Those started as comic books, then became cartoons, movies, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. Who is your superhero from that Wonder Woman or?
Wow. You know, I wouldn't have been really into that kind of thing. I mean, I'm trying to think.
You did
What would I
list
have
a
watched on
few.
TV?
Your
That's true.
mom, your
Oh,
grandmother. So
my mum, without a doubt, my mum is just, yeah, my best friend in the world, and I'm very blessed. I've no sisters. I have three brothers, and I'm very blessed to have the relationship I do with my mum, and I miss her terribly. It's
yeah.
been very tough during the pandemic. I haven't been able to get home, and we've all had personal things we've had to
Oh,
overcome.
sure. Yes. We've
You know,
had the
and
same thing. I've mentioned it many times on this series. We have a big family on my dad's side and my mom's side. I'm Irish on my father's mother's side. They had come over from Ireland. They settled in New York City, and then spread out from there. Irish English on that side. My mother's side, English, Swedish, French. And I think we're hearing some Norwegian and Finn in there too, maybe. But my mother is the youngest of 16. And so there, with this pandemic, there's a lot of family we haven't had a chance to be able to see. For the holidays, we are, which is good. But we've been living. What are some things you've learned, about yourself? This has been a great pause. This has been a time to reflect, to really count our blessings, realize life is short, life is not promised, life is precious, life is a gift for all of us. I wish more people would stop and pause to remind themselves of that, there might not be a tomorrow. We don't know. So maximize every second of what you have with the people that matter, in your world, and be kind to those you don't even know, and spread that empathy, spread that kindness. We talk about that a lot here on the Jim Master Show Live. And there's been a lot of teachable moments, a lot of time to reboot, reflect, look at our lives, our careers, what we want to do next. What are some things you've learned along the way through this last 2 years or so of your life and everything we've experienced?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, they talk about the Northern Irish work ethic. I've never been a person to sit and wait for things to be done. I've always done them. Like I say, I've had 4 jobs since I was like at 14. I started teaching kids kind of how to play instruments, and just around the estate where I lived. And then I came to college, I had 4 jobs, and the whole way through college I worked, and I've worked ever since. And I've never been one to sit on my laurels. But one thing that I do feel that I've kind of become more aware of out of the pandemic and everything is you have to create opportunities for yourself and seize moments for yourself where other people won't necessarily put them your way. You have to seize moments for yourself and just be aware of your capabilities, be aware of your potential, I suppose. But two personal things that I've always lived by. I've two kind of sayings that I live by, and they are: be beyond reproach. So never put yourself in a position where someone can say you weren't kind, or you weren't nice, or you weren't real, or you weren't, so be beyond reproach. And if you can do nothing else, be kind, because this may sound a little bit cynical, and I don't mean to be, but I've had a lot of difficult moments during the pandemic, and personally, and I've noticed that everybody is going through something, but there have been a few moments where I just needed a bit of kindness, and because of what people are going through themselves, they snap, or they take advantage, or they they're quick to judge, or they're quick, and so I always moment and go, yeah. Be kind.
Yes.
You never know what someone else is going through, because we don't, and things are personal. We don't share things that are deeply personal. So you never know what kind of a day someone's had, or what they're going through, and the reasons why they might be withdrawn, or might be, not so quick to interact or whatever. So just be kind, and be beyond reproach. That's it.
It's so true. And you are 100% correct. As far as we all need moments of kindness and empathy, especially with all that's been going on. And it does seem like, not everybody understands that, or not everybody's willing to give that. A lot of people are, but there are those that the minute doors open, they were out, road rage and going 100 miles an hour, cutting each other off on the highways, pushing and shoving in the stores, yelling and screaming and fighting and arguing. And, well, if you don't agree with me, then you're a loser. And if I don't agree with you, then, you're a loser. And just so much division, so much anger and venom that has risen, while there's also other people who are stepping up and they want to
Yeah.
spread kindness and empathy. They want to bring people together. They realize life is short. This has shown us that very vividly around the world, not just in certain areas, but around the world globally. And it's given people time to pause about what they want to do with their lives, what direction they want to go into going forward with their careers, their relationships, the things that they want to emphasize more, things that it looks like a lot of people do want to do things that speak to their heart and soul more, inspire. I mean, I personally know people who left very high-paying, six-figure careers in corporate and walked away because it's not filling them. They're making good money, but it isn't, with the time left, it's not fulfilling them. They don't feel like they're touching people. They're not really connected with people. So now they're doing things where they're doing that, which is a beautiful thing. Music certainly does that. What we do here, on the air, touches people, connects with people. But music is a way to reach people and can be very healing as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's my therapy every day. I have to,
Yes,
and I've
mine
quite a few,
too.
yeah, I've quite a few adult students, and it's funny. I was teaching one of them last night, and like I was saying to you earlier, I'm at the back end of the sinus infection and feeling a little bit delicate, and he was saying, "Are you sure you're okay to be here?" And I said, "Absolutely, I'm here." And we had our lesson, and at the end of it, I was saying to him, we were talking about kind of breaking down walls and being vulnerable when you're singing and finding your true voice and things like this. And I just turned to him at the end of the lesson and I said, "You asked me, was I okay to be here?" And I said, "This is why I was here, because this is leaving me with a smile now. I'm leaving you with a smile. This is my therapy, like to use your voice and to see that spark in other people because of music. It's wonderful. So how lucky am I to do that for a career? It's incredible."
Yeah, absolutely. I don't smoke, but I've often said that music, it would be my cigarette. It's I turn to it all the time. I love it filling our house. I love it surrounded. Holiday time, we've got it on all the time. Uh, it's something that as a kid, I've always been drawn to music. I studied
Yeah.
violin when I was a kid, and now we have guitar here and singing as well. But um, it's just something that it just, sweeps you off your feet. You really feel it in your soul. And
Yeah.
it's the world without music would be a very dull and empty place for sure. Love Celtic Woman. Crispy says, yes, Catrina and Jim, kindness should be our first thought in every situation. I agree. David says hello. And Merlin says, lovely to meet you, Catrina. Merry Christmas. Speaking of that, and a beautiful conversation we just had about, sort of like the meaning of life and what it's all about. You and I are in very busy careers that pull us in a lot of different directions. And when we have a time to really speak to the heart, it's something that you can't script it. You can't, forcibly create it. It just happens. Beautiful, poignant moments like that. We would love to hear, you have a song or two that you want to share for our audience, right?
Yeah, I when you were asking me to what would I be able to do to sing something a cappella, as I said before, the Irish connection speaks very strongly to me. So I have I have two carols for you, Irish carols, if we have the time to do them. But first up, this is the title track from the album, and this I very nearly lost it last Friday when I was introducing this at the beginning. And this is for my granny. This is my granny's birthplace was Wexford, so this is the Wexford Carol. So if you are okay with me singing that, I'll give
Yes,
that.
we are. Before you do, tell us a little bit about her, your granny, and what she was like, her personality, and obviously her loss is great and still felt. What was she like?
Oh, she was, a true matriarch.
Yes.
I'm so lucky to get to the age that I am, which I'm not telling you. To
Right.
have had both my grannies. Both my granddads died when I was kind of 10, 11, but to get to the age that I am, and to have had both my grannies. Mommy's
Very
mummy
lucky.
died 3 years ago. She didn't get to meet Ben, unfortunately, but Granny Joy, she just adored Ben, and to know him and to love him, and her smile would light up a room. Oh, you're going to start me, Tim. Yeah, it's still very raw.
Absolutely,
Still
yes.
very raw, yeah.
So she's with us. I lost a cousin last week that passed of cancer up in Massachusetts, and we were just there, married with 2 children, and the whole thing. So yeah, and around this time of the year, it's very, very tough. So they're with us in spirit. They're watching over us, and they are enjoying the conversation we're having, and the levity. We always, the Irish, got to have levity. We're born with the ability to laugh and tell a good story. So in honor of my cousin and your grandmother, and anybody else out there who has lost somebody, whether it's during the holiday season. I mean, there's been a lot of it during the course of the last 2 years of the pandemic, as we've seen, or somebody that's ill right now, or even somebody that's watching this live or will be watching this 6 months, a year from now. It doesn't have to be during holiday time. If there is something you're going through right now that is a little rough, a little tough, know that there are people out there that care. And here is a beautiful song done by the extraordinary Catrina, gracing our presence here on the show, to give us time to pause and think about the things in life that matter most. The wonderful Catrina Scullion.
So to all the angels in heaven and all the angels looking after us, this is for you.
Absolutely.
Good people, all this Christmas time, consider well and bear in mind what our good God for us has done in sending his beloved Son. With Mary holy we should pray to God with love this Christmas day. In Bethlehem upon that morn there was a blessed Messiah born. Near Bethlehem did shepherds keep their flocks of lambs and feeding sheep, to whom God's angel did appear and fill the shepherds with great fear. Prepare and go, the angel said, to Bethlehem, be not afraid, for there you'll find this happy morn, a princely babe, sweet Jesus born. With thankful hearts and joyful mind, the shepherds went that babe deep to find. And as God's angel had foretold, they did our Saviour Christ behold. Within a manger he was laid, and at his side the Virgin Maid, attending on our Lord of life, who came to earth to end all strife. Good people, Lord, this Christmas time, consider well and bear in mind what our good God for us has done in sending his beloved Son.
Absolutely beautiful, beautifully done. Absolutely. Then that's, like you said, the title track from the album. What a choice, too. What a beautiful choice for that to be the title track. You know, when you were putting this album together, that's not always an easy task as well, because what songs do we pick and how do we organize it? And a lot of times there's so many songs, there's so much material to work with, there's so much material that you would love to include. One of the hardest things is it's like editing a book too. You have to narrow it down. How did you know that's an ultimate choice? How did you know what to select and to put in that album? And there it is there for everybody.
So it's funny. I had again the privilege during the pandemic of taking on an adult choir, a little chamber choir, and we started out on Zoom, and then I was taking them in one of their houses. Actually, Sarah Jane, that was online there a little while ago, part of that group, and so they were going to do a Christmas concert. Unfortunately, that didn't happen with the restrictions and everything, but we were working through beautiful repertoire that they had sung together as a larger group in the past. And there were pieces like the Coventry Carol, an amazing setting of the Normandy Away in a Manger, which I had never heard before.
Wow.
In the Bleak Midwinter. So actually 3 of those found their way onto the album just because of doing them with them. I was inspired. I kind of said, oh, I'm robbing this. That Away in a Manger in particular is stunning.
Yeah.
And the other pieces, I mean, the Wexford Carol was a no-brainer. That was absolutely going to be in there. And then Oh Holy Night had to be in there because that's just a piece that everybody loves. So that was the first piece and the last piece taken care of. And then I had always had an affinity with Dido and Aeneas. Again, it's a stunning Irish carol. I wanted to include that. And then again, with the Celtic kind of aspect to it, there's a piece called Gabriel's Message, which is a Basque carol. And I asked my mum and dad if they had any particular favourites, and my dad loved God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, so that kind of found its way in. I wanted to keep it quite traditional. I mean, obviously, I'd love to go and do an album with an orchestra and spend 2 weeks in the studio, but I just don't have that kind of a budget. And I mean, I couldn't have even done this without the support of Kickstarter and the support of the fans, which I only really gained in the last 2 years because of the pandemic online. It's the incredible online community that and the fans that I've gained through that supported this album. So funds were limited, time was limited. It was a live album. I went into the studio I went into the church and we recorded it in 4 hours. Harpists come in for 2 hours, pianists come in for 2 hours, and it's, what you hear is what you get. It was one take, two takes, and done live, because we're taught to perform live. We're taught you do one take in a live performance, you know. And for me, that's the best way I perform. So, you know, I'm not really comfortable in a recording studio. It's not my forte. I would have a panic attack the night before. I'd be worried about it. Whereas your training kicks in with a live album. So both the albums have been live, and that made it easier actually to choose what went into it. It's very traditional. It's a nod to my, you know, I'm a Catholic, a practicing Catholic, and it's, you know, it's a nod to that as well. So it's faith. It's part of, reflects my faith, reflects my background, and you know, I just think it wasn't as difficult as you would think to put together the track list actually.
That's fantastic. You know, because sometimes it really can be, right? You get bogged down with what do we add in, what we don't want to leave anything out. There's a certain feel. So that can be difficult, but I'm glad that this worked out a little bit easier for you. What was that process like, you know, putting it together? When did you first get the inspiration to do it? Because you got it done in time for the holidays too, which that's alone is not always. I mean, you have Ben, you have another child coming. So there's a lot of other things that are on the plate for you there, Catrina.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I'm a workhorse. I get things done, and like I say,
a mover and a shaker.
Again, a mover and a shaker.
A mover and a shaker. Yeah.
Indeed, yes. I suppose I had discussions about doing it, tentative discussions in September, and I wasn't even going to do the Kickstarter. I was going to try and fund it myself, and a couple of friends convinced me to, and I'm so glad I did. And then when Granny passed, I just went, okay, I'm doing this, and I'm doing it to have it out in time for Christmas. And it's amazing what you can do. I mean, I teach over 20 hours a week. So I'm teaching singing and piano in person over 20 hours a week. I mean, I have my masses at the weekend. Part of my job is singing at funerals, which again is, I consider a huge privilege to be able to do that for families. So, you know, I'd have funerals, the occasional wedding, concert work, you know, do my little online projects still, then, so, I mean, time is tight, but what's the old expression? If you want something done, ask a busy person to do it. So, you know, you get things done. You get things done. And especially when you've such an amazing project to be able to put out with your name on it,
yeah,
it's easy to get behind it and do it, you know?
Absolutely right. Yeah. So you have your priorities sort of in line, which is beautiful, because a lot of times people don't, or the priorities, you know, the train sort of comes off the track a little bit, and then they're like, oh boy, they start scrambling. But you sort of have your priorities in line, knowing what are the things and people in your life that are of the greatest importance, which is really beautiful. And not that days don't get crazy, which I'm sure they do, but
there's been a lot of tears and a lot of what am I doing? And but you know, my friends still joke with me, and actually I'll share with you a little secret.
Another world premiere exclusive on the Master Show Live. Is this going to top the baby announcement?
No, it's really not that big a deal. But so it just goes to show you my mentality. I can't sit still for a second. I did my master's in singing in 2014, and ever since then I've been trying to keep the standard, you know, because there's a difference between the classical singing and the, you know.
Oh, yes.
So there's still that little chip on my shoulder that says I want to be able to perform among my peers and do the recitals, which is what I do with my duo partner Catrina. But 3 years ago, you know, you do music exams, you do kind of grades in different instruments. And 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to do a diploma in singing, which is less of a standard than my master's, but I thought it will keep the standard high. And so I put in for this diploma. And then I got pregnant with Ben, and I deferred it. And I kept deferring it for the last 3 years. Things have come up, and each time you defer it, you have to pay half re-entry. So it came to the crunch, and it's okay, now I have to do it. I've invested too much in this, but it's very, very highbrow classical, 40 minutes of really intense, you know, it's the equivalent of like a end of year degree recital, right? So I did it 2 weeks ago.
Did you really?
in all of this, with working, everything with Granny, with Ben, with everything else, I also did 2 weeks ago, I kid you not, I did a recital diploma exam because I clearly have too much time on my hands, and my friends are joking.
Congratulations, you have stamina.
It's no wonder that I got a sinus infection, but my friends are joking because I say after Christmas, I'm taking the foot off the pedal and that's it. And they were going, yeah, famous last words. And I turned to Catrina, because Catrina accompanied the concert, the launch concert. And I said, Catrina, I really want to do a sacred music concert at Easter as the last hurrah. And my friend Emer just went, seriously? Seriously,
She's like, I thought you were stopping a little bit there and pausing, right?
Yeah. But I mean, we have to, it's like, I suppose someone said it to me yesterday, continuous professional development. We have to keep ourselves, challenged. And like, my friends just finished her doctorate in harp. And I mean, I don't have the money or the time to do a doctorate, so much as I'd love to. But
I guess I was lucky. I got a head start. I was already born with a master's.
Very good.
Exactly. Oh, they do that in Ireland too, huh?
That's universal. So look, I mean, we have to keep challenging ourselves, but there are times, especially over the last 2 weeks, I did have a word with Granny to get me through last Friday. Now I said, Granny, come on, just get me through this now. But there are times where you kind of go, what are you doing? Like, why are you creating this stress and work for yourself? But listen, it's a short life. You want to challenge yourself, so why not?
Exactly. Jen Barry, watching in Pennsylvania, USA, says, Catrina, where is your Zen place? Ocean or the mountains? Slancha, she's in the mountains of Allentown, Pennsylvania, which is sort of northwest of Philadelphia, over towards Lancaster and York, that area. And I'm an ocean person because we're here on the coast, and I grew up near the ocean, or a couple blocks from it here in the northeastern United States, between New York and Boston. What is your Zen place? Where do you go when you want to sort of reboot and connect?
I have to be able to see trees and green. So I'm from, I suppose the town I'm from is Ballymena. It's a big town, but it's northern. In the glen. It's in around the glens of Antrim. So for me, I have to be able to see greenery and trees and hills. I went to actually, it was before I met my husband. I went on tour to the Netherlands and with Anúna. And I was so depressed. I was there for a week.
No mountains. It's all flat.
And I needed to see green. So where I live, I'm South Dublin, and it's near the Wicklow border. Wicklow would be, you might have heard of the famous Paris Courthouse or the Paris Court Waterfall. And a lot of movies would be shot around that area.
Beautiful.
So for me, once I can see a bit of greenery, once I can get near waterfalls or near forest.
Nature.
I'm happy. Yeah. I didn't really grow up near the sea, so I wouldn't kind of crave that, but forest and greenery. Now, I'm terrified of spiders and things like that, so, I don't know where that comes from.
So it'd have to be sort of like, that's why you have the tree behind you, the greenery.
Fake tree.
That's because you don't want the spiders and everything else that come with the real ones. Exactly. You have another wonderful treat for our fabulous audience we thank everybody who's commenting live. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Jim Masters. This is the Jim Masters Show, live entertainment lifestyle talk show series. This is like a television show on the internet, and we are very excited to have our very special guest here, Catrina, and she's coming to us live from Dublin, Ireland. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, and click the notification bell so you never miss any of our episodes. And give us a thumbs up on this episode and all the episodes you enjoy, and leave a comment for us too as well. They should all subscribe and share the levity, right, Catrina?
Oh, absolutely. That's my new favorite word, by the way. I absolutely love how you got that word. That is just brilliant.
Oh, I kept saying, the show has a lot of light, love, and levity during the height of the pandemic, a year plus ago. And, ever the New Yorker talking fast, I said love and levity too fast, and out came the word levity, and everybody jumped on it. And then, we had a poll. I asked the viewers who weren't called levities yet. I said to the viewers, the JMS viewers, I said, so what should we do? We actually took a scientific, sort of scientific poll. I always like to bring viewers in and interact as much as I can. So I said, what should we do? Should we keep the E in levity? Should we spell it L-O-V-E-I-T-Y? Some people will guess and they'll go L-O-V-I-T-Y because grammatically I before E except after C and all of that. So to keep the E in, technically, an English teacher in 4th grade might slap the wrist to say, no E, no E. But we said, we're in a pandemic.
Artistic
What the
license.
heck? We're going to start a trend. We're going to, what do you think? I will follow what you guys say. And they said, there were a few that said E can't be in it. And then most of the viewers said, keep the E because we don't want to interrupt the word love. So L-O-V-E and then the I-T-Y, levity. Levity, laughing, levity, and love, levity. That's where it all came from. So it's been very tied with our show. The viewers are the Levity Squad. You've already been designated a Levity. They call me Mr. Levity. This is Levity Hall. And that all came out of this pandemic situation, which, again, like you're talking about, things that happen. I kept saying it was a mistake that I slipped up like that. And everybody kept saying, no, Jim, it wasn't a mistake.
No.
It was supposed to happen. That was meant to be.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I stopped saying that, it was a mistake, and we kept the E in it. So it is L-O-V-E-I-T-Y. And
That's right. Artistic license.
Right. That's ours. Exactly right. Exactly right. And Isis here. She's watching from France. She loves to watch from France. It's good to see you once again. Catrina, how does it feel to sing in a church? And what do you like the most about it? Beautiful question coming in from France.
Churches are my most favorite places to sing in the world. And anytime I've gone to visit other countries, and one of my best friends is French, actually, Ben's godmother is French. She lives in the Loire Valley in Angers, and some beautiful churches there. They're just such special places. I mean, the architecture, the acoustic, the artwork, they're incredibly beautiful places. And even historically, thinking of the history that has gone on in those buildings, it's incredible to sing there. And they're so still as well. So, excuse me.
Take a glass to the
I have no more water.
It's time for us to have a little something, everybody.
1 second.
That's the sinus infection kicking in.
Apologies, I've run out of water.
No, that's it. The fact that you're a trooper even with the sinus infection. Sometimes I get one, with this COVID situation and everybody being home as much as they were last year. I didn't get my traditional sinus infection that I usually get for some reason in January. And I think it's because in November and December, there's usually not so much still, but the holiday parties, the Christmas pageants, parades, events. There's all these people you're seeing, and you're going into town and going into cities, and you usually go into New York to Manhattan to see everything, and other areas here in the Northeast. And because we didn't do that last year, I didn't get the sinus infection. I didn't get sick at all for the entire year because we were home, doing our hands and masks and really doing. And I guess maybe, I'm still using this stuff for the hands and everything. Because you touch your face sometimes, when you're expressing or whatever. And I didn't get it, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I don't get it this January.
I hope you don't get it because
they're annoying.
I actually got laryngitis in June. And just before, I recorded a little live stream concert as well for July the 4th. and I got laryngitis just before that. And then I ended up now with this sinus infection as well for the last 2 weeks. I mean, I'm teaching in schools with kids, and we wear the mask when we stand behind screens, but I have a 2-year-old. I mean,
Yes.
Walking germ boxes.
Yes, you're going to get it from the lovely child. Yes.
And I'm using my airways all the time. I'm singing and everything is open. So, you tend to get everything. I insist on vitamin D. I live off vitamin D. I take it every day. But, once you get something, that's it. It's down in the chest.
And then that is it. And you just got to rest and a lot of fluids.
Rest? What's that?
You rest. What's that? That's the thing. I know. And chicken soup, warm tea broth. Lots. You got to hydrate, of course. And sometimes I'm guilty at not hydrating enough. I should. The coffee is good, but should be really having more water. Water is one of the best things on the earth for us. Yeah. Gary's asking, how long have you been singing, Catrina? Talked a little bit about that earlier, but I mean, you were dancing at 3, right?
yeah, dancing at 3. I started actually taking lessons, singing lessons. In my last year in secondary school, I had a part-time job, which I paid for. I shared a singing lesson with a friend. And then when I moved to Dublin, I properly funded my singing lessons. So properly singing, 21 years, properly. Yeah.
I like the way you say that, properly, like almost like professionally or
right. Training.
Yeah, the real deal. Exactly. Yeah. Which is terrific. Thanks for all these great comments, folks watching live. If you're watching this later on when it's not live, feel free to leave a comment on our YouTube channel as well. We'll see that. Is there something that you wanted to, are you up to singing something else?
Sure, I'll give it a go and hope that
you want the water? Take some of that water, and
it's off camera, so I'm okay for the moment. It's amazing. Again, I say this to my students.
Do you want to grab it and we can take you off camera, or we can see the tree? A lot of our guests have gone up and left. That's okay to leave. Yeah, we see the chair that they're sitting in. We've got a collection of guest chairs where they had to run to get their Oscar, their Emmy award, their whatever it is they have, their
bottle of water,
the child, the cat, and they bring them on. So yeah, you go and definitely get it, and we'll look at the beautiful tree, and I'll chat with the viewers. Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
You got it. You got it. There you go, gang. There's the tree. The top of the chair. Again, we do have this running situation where we get to see a lot of the guest chairs because they run off and have to get something, and we always say, absolutely. Get the water. Don't worry about it.
Showbiz, as they say.
Juanita says she never sang properly.
Oh, there's a voice in everyone, Juanita.
There's a voice in everyone. Yeah, that's right.
In everyone. And I was telling you the story, Jim, about things I've had to sing through. I would have a lot of teenage students who maybe a little bit precious, or growing up and they're, but first sign of a cold, they're kind of saying, oh, I can't take my lesson today, I'm not feeling well, or I'm tired, and I'm going, okay, I get it, but you have to be able to sing through certain things.
You do,
in order to test and see if you're able to sing through certain things. But I've had to sing professionally through kidney infections, chest infections. I mean, I remember when I did a fundraising concert for my master's before I did my master's, and I got a kidney infection just before it, and I was lying on the floor in the rehearsal in between songs in pain, because I had to do the concert. I'd advertised it. It was fundraising for my master's, and that's it. The show must go on. So it's amazing what you can sing through, and what I've had to sing through. So
you are a lovety and a troopity. That's a lovety that goes the extra mile. The troopity.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had to do that too. I've had similar situations where I've been on the air and not really feeling my best.
Yeah.
And I was on a show for 3 hours live once on a Friday night hosting it. not this series, the professional work. And I knew going into the studio, I wasn't feeling 100%. You just sort of know. It's kind of like when there's weather outside, you know when the snowstorm's
Yeah,
coming,
you
you
can
know
feel,
when
yeah,
something, the sky's changing, it's very still. But usually before a snowstorm here, I know it's very still before that happens. Well, this was the same situation in the studio, and I knew that going in, but I had a 3-hour show live. I was the host. There was nobody else that could fill in,
yeah,
and I had to do it and made it through. I could tell voice cracked a little bit, and I was feeling maybe a little warmer than I normally would be, and drinking a lot of fluids. I think I had some hot tea with lemon, um, maybe a little honey in there. But the minute the show ended and I said, "Thanks for joining us. Take care," live on the air. This was actually a radio series. And the minute I said, "Thanks for being with us and good night," wow. And you've probably had this happen too. It was like all heck broke loose.
mhm.
103 fever, got
Oh,
the disappearing voice, almost like the laryngitis,
mhm.
chills, and I was immediately sick. But because I was on the air and I had the pressure of being on the air and doing what I had to do and getting the job done, and all the adrenaline and emotion and energy it takes to do it, mind over matter, the body took over and said, "Okay, you got a job to do," and your mind takes over. You got a job to do it. But the minute I didn't have anything else to do like that, where I was forced because I was live on the air, then the body took over and said, "Ah, ha, 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 I'm
Yeah.
back." It's amazing how that happens, right? You've probably had times where you felt ill, but because you're in a zone, the adrenaline is happening, that gets you through the performance. But then later on, when you're not performing and having to do it, it hits you later on.
Yeah,
Like,
you pay
wow,
for it. I will
you
tell you a
pay
funny
for it.
story.
Yes.
I will tell you a funny story about Ben. So when Ben was in my tummy and I'd had my, so they consider the 12-week scan is the safe point, then you can start telling people. So I was singing at Mass on the altar in front of everyone. And I'd had my 12-week scan with Ben on the Friday. So this is the Sunday. And I was singing and I started to feel warm and I started to feel really warm and the black dot started. And I was midway through the psalm, which is at the start of the Mass. So at this stage, you sing quite a lot of music in the Catholic Mass. So I had sung the entrance hymn, the Kyrie, the Gloria, and I was on the psalm. And the black dot started, and I could feel the heat rising on my face, and I fainted on the altar in front of the entire church. And I'd literally had my 12-week scan 2 days before, and a pile of people rushed up. I watched it back on the webcam afterwards. It was hilarious. Um, Everyone rushed up, a pile of people rushed up and said, "Is she okay? Is she okay? Is she okay?" And now the priest knew that I was pregnant, but no one else. And I just kind of, "It's okay,
It's
it's
amazing
okay.
how
I'm
the priest
pregnant."
knows that, huh?
Like, well, I made sure I told him because,
Yeah.
you know, I'd had a couple of times where I was feeling a little bit woozy before that,
Yeah.
but I told him
So
quietly, you
just in
know,
case. Yeah.
yeah. So that was Ben outed me on the altar. An ambulance was called. I
Mm.
was escorted off by the paramedics. So chest infections, kidney infections, I can cope with. But he outed me in big style with an ambulance and everything. So that was the worst for me.
Yes, because of the drama of all of that and being taken away.
Mid mass.
I
So
mean,
yeah.
talk about a usually most people work towards a dramatic entrance. You had a dramatic exit.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. So the sinus infection, you'll get through that, and that
It's fine.
they're not
I got
great,
one
but
thing.
right, they're not the best, but at least you're hanging in there. So, what would you like to do next, Miss
Well,
Resilience?
keeping with the Irish theme, if that's okay with you. So this is
Yeah.
called Dido and Aeneas, which is one night in Bethlehem. Again, this was featured in Celtic Woman. Um, David Dines did an absolutely stunning arrangement of this.
Yes. I think you froze there a little bit. She was talking about David Downs. David Downs, the creator of Celtic Woman. You're back. There you go.
I'm back. I'm
Yes,
back.
just a little freeze. That was a, you know what we call it in the business. That's a pregnant pause.
There we go.
It's like when a comedian tells a joke and you wait for the audience to build with laughter, or you're trying to emphasize something. They call it a pregnant pause.
Or tumbleweed
So,
moment.
so for you, that's literally a pregnant pause.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned David Downs doing a wonderful version of that.
Yeah, he did a gorgeous arrangement of this, and Maria Nesbitt, actually, I think it's on their Christmas, certainly on their Christmas DVD. I think she played it, and it was stunning, absolutely stunning.
She's a dear friend, right, Nesbitt? Yeah, she's amazing.
Her energy, oh my goodness.
Boy, yes.
I was exhausted looking at her every night on tour. I don't know where she got her energy from. I can only imagine she must have slept well every night.
Yeah, she's just a bundle of energy. She really is, and a good-hearted person too. Everybody I've met with Celtic Woman, Lynn Hillary and Mairead and Lisa Kelly and Chloe Agnew, and we had Megan Walsh on last week, and Maren O'Mahony was with us. We've had Mairead Carlin and so many others, Orla Fallon, all wonderful, people, and yourself as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, the real Irish spirit and certain way, which we love. And so, yeah, we'd love to hear it, and looking forward to it as well, my friend.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Everybody hang on.
acclaim, San Weiden Adon Grau. Laken Lamm Schlever, Gon Laken Iris God, Nor nos God kill na spera, Tachak the Redeer fall. Kig glory nicht an is fast of us et allen, dar divin shichon.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Your voice really is, it's very gorgeous. It's,
oh, thanks very much. I thought it started it too high, and then I was aware of Ben sleeping next door, and I was going, oh, I heard that lower.
I think, yeah, I think only a few glasses were shattered. The window panes were shattered. That's all. And it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, somebody mentioned to me, oh, who was it the other night? I forgot the guest we had on. Was singing a song and did a wonderful job, but she was talking about how she said, oh yeah, I forgot sometimes, and you were fantastic with what you just did, but she said, oh, you got to remember not to start too high, because then when there's other higher parts, it could get like out of range.
Yeah.
So she said, let me start again a little lower, and then I can get it to where I need it to be. And that's part of the training, right?
Yeah. It's knowing kind of where your range is. For me, it's just with himself next door. I think my husband will kill me if I wake him up. But like I'm happiest up high anyway. That's my happy place. So, but definitely not at this hour, and not with himself in bed.
Does he like to sing? Is he a little performer himself
He
then?
never shuts up. My husband likes to take his revenge for me because I never shut up. So I have to listen to it now. He never shuts up, honestly.
She says that with love.
Oh, mommy loves you, man.
With mommy love. He's a communicator. Maybe he'll be, an on-air presenter because he loves to chat and tell stories. And
maybe. Or I think he'll be a lawyer because, he argues his point.
He argues his point. Look at this shot. This is beautiful. Where was this?
So that was taken actually in. So my brother-in-law, my husband's brother, works in a school. It's something like Hogwarts. It's incredible. It's a private school kind of up in the mountains in Dublin, and called St. Columba's, and it's a gorgeous school. And I got some photos taken there before the Uru album, this is their chapel. And my friend Shane, who did the photos, he just said, just have a bit of fun with it, just twirl around, and that was actually one of my bridesmaid dresses for my wedding, but I kept one because I like them so much. So yeah, that's where that was shot.
Somebody when we had Megan and Murren on Celtic Woman last weekend, they asked them if they get to keep those gowns that the Celtic Woman ladies wear, and they're like, no, we don't get to keep them.
Nope.
That's a great shot too.
That's my wedding dress.
That's the wedding dress. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Where was this taken?
That's in the same school. It's in their music room. Yeah.
Very beautiful. That's a great shot too.
That was in Marley Park a couple of weeks ago. That's where I took the photos for this album. And I literally got changed out in the open. I kind of, put one dress over the next one and kind of,
so like these shots here. Yeah. Beautiful shots.
My friend Shane, he's actually the fiance of Chris, who ran North Dublin Opera. They're getting married on the 2nd of January, actually. So, both very dear friends of mine. So Shane has done all my photos and graphics and everything. So, yeah.
Congratulations to them too, huh? That's fantastic. That's great. Yeah, that's great news to hear that. That's beautiful. A few more. I like this shot too. You got to get out there and move the product.
There's the bump shot. I told you. There's the shot with the red dress.
That's the one.
That's the red dress.
I knew we had it. I knew. Yes, the lady in red. Exactly. That's a great shot too. Yeah, that's part of all, you're working hard and you got to keep it out there like this too.
Yeah.
You got a calendar and all kinds of stuff, right?
There's only 10 calendars left.
Oh, there's only 10 calendars left?
Yeah.
Wow. Where can people go? Your website. What's the website address?
It's www.catrinascullionsoprano.com. It's on all my social media. It's all the same handle, Catrina Scullion Soprano. So if you search for me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, website, it'll all come up. It's all the same.
So you can see the spelling right there. There's Catrina Scullion, and you just add the .com. CatrinaScullion.com is her website.
Soprano.com. Yeah.
That's Soprano. Yeah. Add in Soprano. So you got Catrina Scullion Soprano.com, CatrinaScullionSoprano.com. So only 10 at the time of this live show. We're live. So if somebody watches this 2 hours from now, they might be gone.
We'll all be sold out.
Yeah, we'll all be sold. But that's really great. That's really beautiful. So you're loving what you're doing. You've been doing this for quite some time, and there's a lot of blessing and joy in your life, and you're very aware of that. And what are some exciting things that you have also coming up that you're looking forward to maybe in the upcoming new year?
Well, there's always projects on the go,
including the baby.
I definitely will, baby. I definitely will take the foot off the accelerator a little bit, but I do want to do a couple more of the online kind of projects and concerts, because, like I said earlier, I wouldn't have been able to fund the album if it hadn't have been for that. And I'm so grateful to Songbirds live streaming concert group, Robert Scullion and Lorraine Turmel, who are involved in that, and Natasha in Classical Crossover Magazine, and Julie May Heels in Classical Crossover Community. I'm so grateful to them all, because no one knew who I was a year ago, honestly, and I reached out to Robert and said, I'd love to be a part of the Songbirds concert, or I think I'd sent him the details of the Uru album. And ever since that, it has just exploded. And it's the incredible fans who, like you say, are in the live comments for the shows, the live comments on the YouTube, on the little concerts. And you just build up relationships with these people. And, I have friends on Facebook who I interact with, and I've made some extremely good friends, singer friends internationally, that I never would have even met if it hadn't been the pandemic. So, it's been incredible. So I do want to keep doing more things online. And as well as that, the whole classical crossover genre, I've always loved that kind of thing, because I've loved Sarah Brightman since I was little.
Yeah.
But, being able to actually perform in that genre,
Absolutely.
I never thought I would be able to make waves in that at all. So I'll keep doing that. I do want to do a sacred music concert at Easter.
You do. That's still.
We will see. We will see. We will see. We will see what Bump has to say about it.
Well, bump number 2.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But listen, it's a short life. You have to have joy in your life, and singing is my happy place. So that's it. You have to do it.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And it gives you great blessing and joy. And you've been doing it again for a good long time. And you've shared some of it with our audience here on the Gym Masters Show Live, which we really, really appreciate. And folks who know you got a chance to learn a little bit more about you on our show today. And those who are learning about you for the first time now will be, I'm sure, following along and getting some of the music as well. Wishing you nothing but a very beautiful and blessed and joyful holiday season and upcoming new year, with all the blessings that are on the way for you, bumps and otherwise.
Singular. Let's be clear about that. There's only one in there. That's
right. Yeah, I did say that plural, didn't I? I said
you
bumps.
Did. Yeah. Under no illusions.
No other bumps. No other bumps in the road, please. Right.
No.
That is funny. And
that
sharing
would not be funny.
That's right. I know. We're another world premiere exclusive update. Kathleen in New York, for you especially. Thank you for being here, Catrina, and for sharing your beautiful talent. Kathleen Walker in New York City watching. This was wonderful. Take care, Catrina. Good luck in your future. Mary Bishop as well. Just checking in with all of the wonderful viewers and lovedies that are watching. And again, if you guys are watching this for the first time, this is what we do here. And we've done over 550 episodes of our series, The Gym Masters Show Live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell. We would love that. And leave a comment for us as well. Click that notification bell so you never miss any of our episodes. And give us a like, thumbs up if you enjoyed this episode and all the episodes here on our series, and leave a comment on our YouTube channel as well. We would love that. Really a blessing. I hope the show met whatever expectations you had, and you enjoyed the time with me as much as I certainly have with you, Catrina.
Oh, do you know something? I'm looking at the time and it has flown. It was so much fun, Jim. Thank you so much. It's just been fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
The pleasure was all mine. I'm looking at the time too, and we've chatted for about 2 hours.
Yes,
and I didn't even realize that. Sometimes we just let it roll. It's freestyle, and the guests can stay as long as they want or as short as they need to. We don't tell them they have to be on for any length of time, and we just let it roll. And it never feels like what it is, right? It doesn't feel like 2 hours. It feels like, 45 minutes of chat
and banter. Irish crack, as they say. Someone was saying from Irish crack, so that's it.
Irish.
I forget to clap, never shut up. Where did Ben get it from?
Sure. That's it. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
But this was wonderful. Spread the word about our show. And just want to show you a couple more comments coming in. This was wonderful again. And Juanita in South Africa. This was a lovely conversation. Thank you, Catrina, for spending time with us and sharing your beautiful music. And Juanita watching in South Africa. Jen, who also likes the mountains there in Pennsylvania. Catrina, thank you for spending time with us. Come back soon. Slancha. David Williams says, Jim, first time watching your show. Welcome. Cheers. Spread the word, and we hope you'll enjoy more here on the Jim Masters Show Live, and check out some of the other great guests we've had. First time watching your show, subscribed. I follow Catrina on Facebook. She's a beautiful person. That is very, very kind of you to say as well, David. Welcome to the Lovety family here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Catrina, this was really fantastic. And thanks for all the time and the music and the conversation, the levity. Let's stay in touch. We'll keep the porch light on. You're welcome back anytime. And again, Catrina Scullion, soprano.com is the website. And Nayas watching in France says, really enjoyed this conversation. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. They're loving us in France as well.
Merci.
Amazing, the worldwide reach. I tell you, I'm always bowled over by it. You take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And again, this was really absolutely beautiful. And have a blessed Christmas. And we'll have you back soon, okay?
Well, thank you. Happy holidays to everybody, and have a blessed Christmas to everyone out there too. Thank you so much.
The pleasure is all mine. Any last words you wanted to say to everybody about the show or conversation or anything else before we wrap up?
Just keep spreading the joy, keep spreading the smiles. And for those dark days, there's music, there's smiles. Just keep looking forward, and, you know, the rainbow will come up, and just focus on the happy times. That's it. That's all we can do right now. Just be kind and smile.
That's exactly right. Beautifully said. Love Celtic Woman, Chris B. This has been wonderful. So glad to have you here, Catrina. God bless and happy Christmas time, Catrina, from Chris B as well. And everybody watching live, and anybody that is watching this later on in the archives, we thank you. Thanks for all the great comments live as well. And anybody who hasn't had a chance to comment during the live show, we welcome you to do it on our YouTube channel right underneath this episode. Give us a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed this, leave a nice comment on our channel for us as well. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and we'll see you again soon, okay?
Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. And to you and yours too, Jim. Oh,
thank you very, very much. Are you headed to bed now, or are you wound up?
I'm going to take off the makeup. I'm going to check on Ben, and then I'm going to bed.
Silent night, holy night. There you go.
Absolutely.
That's it. Sleep like a baby. Thank you, Catrina. Thanks for being with us, and cheers. Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye. Isn't she terrific? A very special guest here on the Jim Masters Show live from Ireland, Catrina Scullion. And again, you can go to her website, which is Catrina Scullion. Soprano, make sure you put in the word soprano.com. See the spelling right there, Catrina Scullion. There's the spelling, in case you want to write it down. And just add the word soprano after Scullion, and then .com, Catrina Scullion, soprano.com. She came to us live from Dublin, Ireland. It's approaching, if not already, 11 p.m. because they're several hours ahead of us here in the United States. We're on the East Coast and the Northeastern United States, in the New York area, between New York and Boston, along the Southern New England coast. So we started the show at 4. We just did a wonderful 2-hour holiday-themed episode with Catrina and with all of you. Hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. Thanks for all the levity, the great comments, the enthusiasm. We appreciate it during the show, and also the great comments you guys leave on our Instagram page and our YouTube channel and our Twitter pages and Facebook and everything else. You guys truly are, wherever you're watching around the world, you are absolutely amazing. Just looking at all these comments that are coming in. You can find me as well. And of course, Catrina, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube and everywhere else at Jim Masters TV. I invite you to like, subscribe, follow, share. You can also take the episode and share it on your social media, share the link as well. And that's fantastic. Good stuff. Mary Bishop's here, says, another great show. Good night, everyone. You as well. Good to see you here, Mary, as always. And we'll check in with a couple more comments just a second. I do want to let you know we've got a very big week coming up of tremendous guests here. Coming up on Monday, one of the original co-hosts of American Idol, Brian Dunkelman, fantastic comedian and actor. He co-hosted with Ryan Seacrest the very first year of American Idol, and then he exited the show. He's been very open about it, very candid about it, very real about what had happened and everything that happened since. It's a very candid, riveting, and inspiring conversation we have with Brian, coming up this Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, live here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Don't forget, you can also see it archived on a YouTube channel afterwards. And Karen Grassley, who played the mother, she played Ma on the beloved television series Little House on the Prairie. She wrote a book, a riveting and eye-opening book as well, about what it was like on set working on Little House on the Prairie. You'll be very shocked by some of the things. You'll be surprised and moved. She's a brilliant actress. Again, she played the mom on that series. Legendary. Now, she's on Tuesday. No, that's a special time. That's 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So Brian is on 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific this Monday. Again, this is for those watching live. If you're watching this a year from now, this is all old news. You can just see those episodes already archived. Karen Grassley, brilliant actress. She an author. We'll be talking about her new book too, her eye-opening book about Little House on the Prairie, Michael Landon and everything else. That's 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific this Tuesday. Then we've got another music legend. Clint Holmes is with us. You know him, of course, that classic song from the 1970s that really skyrocketed his career, Playground in My Mind. And he is a Las Vegas icon, singer, songwriter, music legend, Clint Holmes. He hails originally from England, has made his home in the United States and Las Vegas for years now. He's with us on Wednesday at a very special time, 5 p.m. Eastern this Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific. Those of you who love Celtic Woman, well, Megan and Murren were with us last weekend. You can see that episode. Feel free to do that. That was classic. That was really, really fantastic. Last night, we had from Nashville, television and film actress from All My Children, General Hospital, One Tree Hill, Rules of Engagement, Parenthood, and so much more. We had a great conversation, levity and more with Amanda Baker. From My Three Sons, Ernie Douglas, My Three Sons, another beloved sitcom from the 1960s. Barry Livingston was here. He played Ernie Douglas on that series. Check that episode out as well. Robbie Robinson, you know Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons, that legendary group. His music director, Frankie's music director, and an extraordinary Hammond organist, songwriter, producer extraordinaire. Robbie Robinson was with us for an evening of music and so much more. That was an epic conversation. Check that episode out if you missed that episode, and about 550 more episodes you can enjoy here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Again, let's show you that album, Classical Celtic Christmas. It's Classical Celtic Christmas. Catrina Scullion, beautiful shot there. We thank her very much for joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Again, you can check out her website and so much more. She's worked with Celtic Woman, Anúna, and she's a wonderful soprano soloist herself, and has worked with the, Dublin Opera, North Dublin Opera, and so much more. And just, she's really amazing. And a lot of fun too, right? And a lot of fun. Don't forget, we also had Anita and Ruth Pointer from the Pointer Sisters on our show as well. Melissa Manchester was with us. Yeah, check back. All those episodes are saved on our YouTube channel. Help us grow, share the levity, spread the word about our series and our wonderful channel, Jim Masters TV. We would love that. Channel dedicated to entertaining, informing, educating, inspiring, and we always have a good time. Don't forget to smile, gang. Don't forget to share the levity. Find your Zen place. We learned today Catrina loves to be in the greenery of nature. For me, I love the greenery too. I love going into forests, and I love the desert. I love all of it, really. Going into the city. The ocean for me too, because I grew up near it. So the rhythm, the tide, the sun sets in the ocean. It rises in the ocean. So it's a beautiful place. I'm always swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, sailing it, always near it. And of course, my career in television, radio, stage, and film over the years is another Zen place for me as well. So, gang, find your Zen place and enjoy it. Life is short, life is precious. This was another fantastic show. Again, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would love that. And give this episode a like, thumbs up, and leave a comment for us as well. Let's check in with a few more comments coming in. Kathleen Walker, she did the super chat. Thank you very much. Super chat, super emojis, and super stickers is something you can do in live chat. To chat, you have to be subscribed to our channel. Again, there's no cost for that. But when you do super chat during our show, or super stickers, super emojis, your comment rises to the top, special bold color, and you're helping support our show, all these episodes, all the work, the toil, the expense, the hours. I mean, we just did a 2-hour show here. Most shows don't go that long, and because we have a good time and we love connecting with all of you. So that is what happens during live chat, super emoji, super stickers. And Kathleen, very kind of you to do that. We thank you very, very much, Kathleen Walker in New York City. David Williams, watching us for the first time, says, great show. Thank you, David. Spread the word. Tell everybody about our series. Jen Barry says, Jim, are you wearing our awesome white Irish sweaters made of wool? Each sweater has a weave to our family's clan, like our Irish family coat of arms, sláinte. That's a cuddle sweater, sláinte. Yeah, it is, certainly is. And it's very soft and it's comfortable as well. Thanks for checking that out, Jen. Good eye. And nice watching in France. Good night, Jim, and everyone. You as well. And love to you and Merry Christmas in France. And Kathleen Walker in New York says, have a great night. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Good night, all, and hugs. Absolutely. You too. We're in the midst of the holiday season right now, so we hope you're having a beautiful holiday. If you're not, if it's, we've talked about some really moving things during this conversation with Catrina. She was very open and authentic about, some of the passings that have happened in her, grandmother and things of that nature. Very beautiful. And that's what happens on the show. This show is freestyle. We don't pre-script questions. We go on, and here we are together. Me, guest, you, all of us. Lovety Hall, as you guys call it. And it really was a beautiful conversation, as much as it was funny and poignant and entertaining. And that's what we like to do on the show. And every show is something different, and all the guests come from different backgrounds, and I bring different things to the table, and you guys do too. This has been wonderful. So glad to have you here, Catrina. God bless, and happy Christmas time, Catrina. We appreciate that. Love Celtic Woman, Chris B. To you and yours as well. And Jen Barry says, Jim, love her. So cool. Can we have her back soon? We will definitely have her back. Absolutely. Glad that you've been able to watch too, and everybody watching live and everybody watching later. Gary says, great show. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Always nice to have you with us as well, and spread the word. We love that. And we love all of you. Thanks for watching this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, where we're sort of bringing back the lost art of conversation. We toast you. We say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We will be continuing with a bevy of fabulous shows coming up throughout the holiday season and beyond. We toast all of you and you and you and you. It's like I'm in church, right? And I'm blessing all of you. So I bless all of you with some Jim Masters Show Live lovity. This might be a mistake, having a coffee at 20 after 6. As you guys know, of course, this is now ice cold. Always starts hot. I always put it down, always get interrupted, always have something crazy happening, and it becomes an iced coffee. Maybe now that the show's done for the day, I should make it an Irish coffee. That would be kind of nice. Love Celtic Woman, Chris B. says, such an excellent show, Jim. Your marvelous interviewing style is just like talking with old friends. Love it. God bless you and your family, Jim, and God bless all the lovities here. Beautifully said. I appreciate that, Chris. I do love to have good conversations on the air and off the air. It's sort of my style. I like to be easy and welcoming, and we take it in a lot of different directions. I think that's probably the number one thing, even in my professional world, that everybody says. I've interviewed psychiatrists. I've interviewed political leaders. I've interviewed and had conversations with CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, religious leaders. And the number one thing they all say is, you make it so easy. I mean, I interviewed a psychiatrist once that said that I made them feel at ease. And I said, but you're the psychiatrist. This is what you do for a living. I mean, you're getting paid to do that. They said, yeah, but I was nervous. So the psychiatrist was nervous. But I'm very cognizant of, the flow of conversations. I'm a deep listener. As you guys know, I love to listen. I love to interact. I like to give guests time to express themselves. I don't rush them through. A lot of people, that's what they do. They rush the guest through. Tell us about the CD. Tell us about the book. Tell us about the movie. Next, in and out. And I like to leave the room better than I found it. So through conversations with this series, we tend to be able to do that. And we end up learning things we didn't expect to learn about each other. Me expressing myself, you guys doing it live in chat or doing it later, commenting on our YouTube channel's episodes of our series. And our guests often say, gee, I never thought I was going to share that with you or express that, but I'm glad I did. I can't tell you how many guests of our series ask when they can come back. They're like, oh, when can I come back to be on your show again? We have a waiting list of people that want to come back on the show after they've been on it once. Or what they also do is they tell their colleagues and their friends that they've experienced being on our show and all the time we allow and the flow of the conversation. And they often say, oh, I have a friend that does this and I have a colleague that does that. They would be a great guest on your show. So they end up telling, and it's just like word of mouth spreads, which is fantastic. And we all become friends, which I think is a beautiful thing. So if you missed anything, there's over 500 episodes or so you can see here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Also, if you missed this episode or any part of this episode, it's right here on our YouTube channel. Enjoy it again and again and again. And we're getting ready to wrap, Linda. So you'll have to watch this particular episode in the archives. You will thoroughly enjoy it. Lots of music, lots of very moving moments as well, and just great Irish crack and conversation. Good to see you, Linda. Happy holidays. Jen wants to know, do you like warm tea, regular or decaf? I love regular warm tea. So do I. I do like regular warm tea as well. So yeah, tea is very good. Very good. I use my voice as an instrument. So it's very important to stay hydrated and lubricated. You love the little snowman. That's a family heirloom. We're adding more and more to the set. We're very behind. Last year, this time, our set was already, we've got the tree over here. We've got to bring it on set, and hopefully we'll have that real soon and get the set all dolled up for the holidays. But you like the snowman. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. That's a family heirloom that has been passed down. So good stuff. Nice to see everybody watching all around the world. And thanks for all the great comments as well. Hope you're doing well. Have you got all your holiday shopping done? For those that are doing the holiday shopping, we still have quite a bit left to do. But it's just a beautiful time of the year, whether there's gifts or not. The greatest gift is that you have your health and that you're here and, that you woke up today, that your eyes opened. That is the greatest gift of all. Each day, as we say, I'm famous for my master's mantras, which I do on Facebook and do here on our YouTube channel. Actually, you have a series called Master's Mantras here on our YouTube channel as well. Each day is a gift and a blessing and an opportunity to inspire and be inspired. We say that all the time here on our show. A couple more comments coming in here and we shall wrap up. Dinner time for us, for sure. All right. Everybody welcoming everybody. We love that as well. And if you missed anything, there was a lot of good music on this episode of the series today. And it was just wonderful. Again, amazing week of guests coming up on Monday. Jen says, Jim, I love your show. You would let us viewers talk to your guests, and a chance we would never get. Thank you so much for bringing us all together. Love and appreciate you. Jim and guests. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Beautifully said as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We love that. Marty Thompson watching in Nashville. Hope you guys are doing well. And we do want to say, again, our show is live. So sometimes when you watch these later, you're like, well, that was old news. But good to see you, Marty and Babette. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are doing well. You guys love licorice tea. Licorice tea is delicious as well. Horrific storms, tornadoes that came through, not here, but the Midwestern United States last night and caught a lot of people off guard. So we extend here at the Jim Masters Show Live our love and attention and prayers to everybody that was affected by those significant storms that usually do not happen in December, but blew through Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, and Arkansas, and Illinois. And pretty devastating. If you see it on the news, there's been loss of life and destruction. So, we just want to send our hearts are full right now with love coming your way. If you're somebody that has been affected by those storms in those areas of the Midwestern United States, that it's tough stuff right now. And it just happened last night. And when a tornado comes at nighttime, or any storm comes at night, there's not a lot of time to plan. So, Godspeed to everybody in those affected areas from all of us, all your friends here at the Jim Masters Show Live, or anybody that you know. And we know folks that are in Tennessee and those areas as well. Colleagues, a lot of colleagues in Nashville and other areas, and Kentucky. And we have family that's in Missouri, in Illinois and other areas. So sending our love. Wanted to mention that before we left, since we are here live. Marty says it's the most wonderful time to be weird. Actually, it is. There is a lot of weird out there these days, isn't it? There's a lot of weird out there, especially if you get on the highways and try to drive. You can't even get on the highways and just enjoy your car anymore. You'll be run off the road. Everybody's all ramped up. Thank you very much. Marty just did our super chat. Look at that. Beautiful picture of Marty and Babette. Marty was a guest on our show. He's from Australia originally, makes his home in Nashville with Babette. Las Vegas entertainer, cruise ships, the Aussie crooner for a long time. We had a good time with him on the show. He was also on the birthday episode. When my birthday came in September, he was on the birthday episode as well. Blessings of the holiday to you and Babette. Thank you very much for your generosity there. Appreciate that. That'll go right into our production costs and everything else with this series. And we appreciate that. All of you that take the time to be generous like that with the super chat, super emojis, we appreciate you and love you all for doing that. It really does help our series big time, more than you know. Bon appetit, Jim. I tried to make a pumpkin pie for the first time, but it was disgusting. I wonder what went wrong. I wonder what the step was that went wrong. Maybe, don't give up. Don't give up. Get out there and there in beautiful France and try to make another pumpkin pie. Marty says they got hit with minimal damage, thank God. So a little bit there in his area there for that storm. That's a blessing. A lot of people, Juanita says, so sorry for all the people affected by the storms. Yeah, they've had it on, the major news networks too, praying for everybody that was hit by the storm as well. Jen Berry in Allentown, Pennsylvania says, Jim, thank you for you and yourself. You're a kind, loving, caring man. Thank you for your personal time and you could have, but you give us. I love and appreciate you and your time. Thank you very much, Jen Berry. I appreciate that. And you're all decked out. I think you're surrounded by holiday lights. I'm looking at your profile. See, for me, she's over here, but for you guys, I think her face is here, right? It's everything's reversed. But that's a cool shot of you in your profile photo there. Happy holidays to you in Pennsylvania. Yes, Pennsylvania. And as we say, gang, since it is the holiday time, if you have your health, if you're happy, if you are loved, you've got 3 of life's greatest gifts. #Masters Mantras. We say that all the time. So we're going to get ready to wrap. It's what time is it here? It's just about 6:30 in the evening. So still a Saturday night. So we have a fun night ahead. Marty says, Babette and I send our love and wishes on one of the greatest birthday celebrations of all time. Wasn't that a lot of fun? That birthday celebration? Wow. If you missed when we did our birthday celebration episode, gang, you can see it on our YouTube channel. We had a lot of surprise guests. And it was funny in the beginning. Something technically happened where they saw each other, but we couldn't see them. So I had to ramble a little bit and vamp, as we say, fill in the dead space, just chatting till we could get everybody coordinated. And then they all came on and it was a blast. And when we did our 500th episode celebration, we did an episode celebration, a whole episode with special guests, and we looked back at some of the funny moments and the poignant moments of our series. You could see that on our YouTube channel as well, Gym Masters TV. That was a lot of fun as well. So sometimes, in addition to these conversations with guests, we do special episodes. If you didn't see the episode, it's a shorter episode, but a really cool one. And a lot of people seem to be enjoying it, watching it, where we went to the beautiful holiday light display in East Hartford, Connecticut, on the grounds of Rentschler Field, which is where the University of Connecticut football team play. It's at the Pratt & Whitney Stadium. Pratt & Whitney, of course, builds a lot of those engines for the jets and for military and aerospace and more. It's an incredible 1 to 2 mile holiday light display. And the Gym Masters Show Live was on location. And we took you guys there. I know you like when we do on location stuff. So we did. And that is available for viewing right now on our YouTube channel. It's the Magic of Lights episode. Check that out. We take you on a driving tour of the beautiful Christmas light display and something special. So again, like I say, our series here is something different. We don't just, have interviews. It's not just some people say, well, is this just an interview show? No, this is an entertainment lifestyle variety talk show series, like a television series. So we have guests, we have comedy, we have food, we have pop-up shows. I take you on location. I chat with you and we do, host lovely chats. We do a lot of different things. And so it's quite special. And I love having all of you here, part of it. And, we've fine-tuned and we've tweaked as we've gone along the way, our production and everything else. And we love doing it. So whatever we can do to give you guys, put a smile on your face and entertain and inform you guys, it's always a blessing to have all of you here with us. Thanks for all the levity, all the commentary, watching. Many of you share these links on your social media pages. You share the levity, you spread the word about our series. We really thank you for that as well. And again, if you're not having if there's some sadness in your life right now, know that there's a place you can come to called the Gym Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Variety Talk Show Series. You don't have to say that last part. You can just say the Gym Masters Show Live or JMS, where hopefully we will continue to put smiles on your faces. We'll entertain you. We'll make you think. We'll make you feel. We will be challenged. And we will be together with all of the variety that we like to bring to life. Every time I turn on all this equipment and our television lights and we come here to join all of you, it really is a blessing. And here we are in the holiday time, which is a beautiful time of the year. And a lot of people are having a wonderful time, but there are folks who are struggling right now around the world as well. And it's been a very interesting time in our lives. So hopefully whatever this show has done for you or does for you, whether you watch live and participate or you watch us later, we thank you for being there and for expressing how much the Gym Masters Show Live has enhanced things for you, or maybe given you hope, or just made you smile. I don't want to be Pollyanna about it, but hey, why not? Because life is short and things happen. So, you guys sometimes write to me personally and you really pour your hearts out as far as what this series means to you. And we treat it as not just videos we upload. We treat this really as a fully blown series, like a TV show. All that kind of work and effort and time and attention goes into this series because we want to give you the best that we can as often as we can. So while balancing the rest of our life out with family and friends and work and bill paying and food to be cooked and laundry and all the stuff you got to do, right? And but it's really been a blessing to be here with all of you, and more to come. More to come. Stay tuned, as we say in this business. Stay tuned and spread the word. Help us out. Share the levity. Tell everybody, as we say, go tell it on the mountain. I like that for the holidays. Go tell it on the mountain that you love the Jim Masters Show live. Go tell it on the mountain. We got to do some more singing. Got to get some more singing. We got some holiday themed shows. We actually have some holiday episodes where there's going to be concerts and fun coming up. So stay tuned for that. Kathleen Walker is giving us hearts. And Jen Berry says, like I said before, now I already got me holiday gifts from Jim and a second chance. I'm humbled and thankful, Jim. Thank you. Happy holidays. Absolutely, Jen. Magic of Lights. I got to check out that. Love Holiday Lights. Yeah, it's Magic of Lights. It's on our YouTube channel. And if you didn't see it, it was a really cool drive that we took, and we took you guys on the drive. And it was really something absolutely special. And if you didn't see it, check it out. It's on our YouTube channel right here. And we loved it. And it was really just fantastic. And let's see. Might even have a little clip here. We can show you to real fast. Let's see if we can pull that screen up. Can we pull that screen up? Yeah, let's see. This is just a little bit of it here. And again, you can see the full thing on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. But there it is, a little bit of it there. See? Kind of cool, huh? Just a little bit of a teaser. Holidays. So you can see that full episode on our YouTube channel. We took you to this fantastic, fantastic place. And really, really fun. Absolutely beautiful. And again, you can see that episode on our YouTube channel right here, Jim Masters TV. And I'm sort of narrating it along the way. And that's on our YouTube channel as well. So enjoy that. And all the other episodes. All right. A lot of you still here with us hanging out. We love it. Kind of a nice Saturday here. Our snow was washed away. We had a little snow came through, very light. It was just on the grass and just on the landscape, the trees and the shrubs. It was really beautiful. Nothing on the road. And then we had a rainstorm and windstorm a little bit this morning, washed it all away. So maybe we'll have a little bit coming up. Wow, beautiful lights. Yeah, did you not see it, Juanita? Check it out. It's on our YouTube channel. You will enjoy it. It's a nice episode we did of the Jim Masters Show live. I think you'll enjoy it. I tell you, it's massive. It's like 2 miles long. It was really absolutely stunning. And we're going to take you to a few more places like that over the holiday season. Last year we did too. We took you to Lighthouse Park, which is in New Haven, Connecticut. And awesome. Leo True Frost. Leo True Frost is here. Awesome. Thank you very much, Leo True Frost. It's great to have you here. I love that name too. Oh yeah, cool. So go tell it on the mountains. I figured you'd like that. Go tell it on, go on top of the mountains in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and tell everybody you love our show. You could sing it. Go tell it on the beach and the ocean. The sand and the surf, right? The sand and the surf. If you're your first time watching our series, thank you for being here. We appreciate that. We know we always get new viewers watching all the time. So spread the levity and spread the word to everybody. We come to you live, which in itself is quite an undertaking to come live because anything can happen. Juanita says, I can't believe it's almost Christmas. I've been losing some time lately. We'll check out the video. Absolutely. You'll enjoy it. And all the other episodes. All right, gang. Thanks for being with us. A little bit of an extra bonus post show. Well, the show's still on, but a little conversation with all of you, checking in. Hope your holidays are going well. I know you guys love the snowman here. We're going to be sprinkling in some more festive glow as we go along, because we are in the thick of the holiday season now. One of my favorite times of the year. this time between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Hanukkah and New Year's. We really love it. So, all right, I think that's a wrap. A little bit more here. Syracuse, New York is in the house. That's why the last name says Frost, because it gets a little nippy up there. Syracuse is a beautiful area. I actually have friends that are involved with Syracuse University. That's a great broadcasting school, great school for journalism and television and radio. A lot of friends that went to the school. And I know some of the television people that are on the TV stations and radio stations there, the radio people in Syracuse. That's a great American city. Kathleen Walker says, got to get out my Christmas cards this week. I'm a card person. Love them. That's really old school, and it's a beautiful thing. Don't ever change. You still buy, write, put a stamp on, and mail. You mail Christmas cards. Don't stop doing that. We do that too. My folks do it. My family does it. Everybody still sends Christmas cards. Although years ago, remember, you would have walls of cards. People would put them on their walls or hang them up in their house. And you would have like 100 cards. Now, you're lucky if you get 20. People don't send cards like they used to, the physical Christmas cards. But it is nice when you do get a Christmas card in the mail, isn't it? Thanks to those of you who've sent me Christmas cards and have sent me gifts and sent me some beautiful things. I think I'm going to do an episode where I open some of them. We just got this beautiful box filled with something special from one of our lovely viewers. I'll announce who that is on an episode that we do. And it's a tasty box too. It just got delivered today from Amazon. We saw the Amazon truck come, and it's this fabulous big package. And then it's a gold box with a bow, and it has some delicious things in there. And we're not going to open it. When you guys send things, I like to open it on camera to thank you personally, whether it's cards, gifts, whatever. I mean, you guys send some beautiful things. I love the mugs too from the different places, because you guys know I use different mugs and glasses, and we change them up. So I love that, we use different mugs, and you guys have sent in mugs that I drink out of from where you're from. And I think that's beautiful. Juanita, have a great evening. Stay warm, and moi loop, walk well. Juanita, I've been telling people that even off the air when this show isn't on, I've been telling people about moi loop. Like, wow, I never heard that before. Cast of characters. Yes, we're going to have an episode where we bring your favorites back. Gilligan and Goldie Wilson, yes, came from Don Full of Love, who starred in the Back to the Future movie. Lin the Panda. And you got Snowman over here. And you've got Genie, and you've got, I mentioned Gilligan. Of course, George Burns, he always shows up. Matter of fact, he's here right now. There's George. There he is. There's Georgie. He sends his love. And this is great. We've been on the air for 2 hours and 37 minutes. Hey, gang, it's Leo's birthday. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday to you. That is cool. Happy birthday to you. Renee Katz is here. Hi, all lovely lovelies. If you missed this episode, Renee, or anything in this episode, lots of music, poignant, beautiful music, and great moments with our very special guest, Catrina Scullion, who was in Celtic Woman, Anúna, and so much more. Fabulous Irish soprano soloist, live from Dublin, Ireland. Check it out on our show. Marty says, Jim, Babette and I hoping to get my Christmas song played, maybe on a Christmas special. We miss you, Jim. We miss you too, Marty. And I hope you are doing well and you're in good spirits. Your mom works at Syracuse University. Wow. Yes, Syracuse University is a great place, great school. And a lot of broadcast people come out of there, and journalism is one of their claims to fame as well. Happy birthday to Leo True Frost in Syracuse, New York. His birthday today. That is absolutely cool. Happy birthday. And miss you too. Miss you, Renee. And hopefully we'll get a chance to see you. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see you. And yeah. So yes, if you want to see the Magic of Lights episode, you will love it. That's the fabulous Holiday Lights episode. And Jen Barry says to Leo Trufrost, happy birthday and lovity. Cool stuff. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance to get together, Rini, and everybody. I know we're all, so busy in our lives, trying to play catch up with the 2 years that have flown by. But you guys are the best, really, truly. Just looking at these comments coming in here, we never say goodbye on this show. We just say see you later. And we always have long see you laters too, which, hey, life is short. Why not? We've been on for 2 hours and 39 minutes. And loving every second of it. It's really cool. Where do you find a show where it's, extensive like this? All right, gang. So I think we're going to go have dinner. We haven't had dinner, and it's 20 to 7 in the evening. Get a little hungry. You guys as well, as we always say, don't forget to share the lovity, help us grow, tell everybody about the series, spread the word. If there are guests you would like to see on the show, let them know about our show and then let us know about it. I know some of you have sent in some emails and things of that nature. We appreciate that. If we haven't had a chance to get back to you right away, we are still working on that. We get about 100 emails a day just for this show. And then in my professional work, about another 200. So we try to get to all of them as quick as possible. So, we'll be responding to everybody, but keep those suggestions and keep the lovity coming. We appreciate that. And Merry Christmas as well. Absolutely. Yes. I know if it was safer, we could do a lovity Christmas party. Hopefully we will be doing that soon. Lovity cruise as well in 2023, going to Bermuda, which would be nice. We figured 2023 would be a little bit better because 2022 still, in the beginning part, they're working on that. So, and all of us, wouldn't it be nice, Rini, if it was all of us? Rini watching in the Midlands of Flushing, Queens, New York. Jen Barry says, we Irish always wave goodbye until we don't see each other again. See, sort of just like a fade to black, slancha. This space and this place, space and place, the Jim Master Show Live is something quite special. It's not just an interview show. We have a fully produced epic time with all of you, and we thank you so very, very much. One more time, a round of applause. I can hear all of you clapping. Catrina Scullion, soprano soloist, Celtic Woman, Anúna, and so much more, joining us from Dublin, Ireland. She sang live holiday carols. We had great video, and she was very open and got very emotional too when talking about the loss of her grandmother and so much more. She's a beautiful spirit. And there is the album again. Classical Celtic Christmas. Check it out. You'll be glad you did. There you go. Really, really nice. And we got a chance to see little Ben too, her son Ben, who was sleeping, probably in his Spider-Man costume. And then she announced another baby on the way in May. And she announced that here on the Jim Master Show Live today, which is a blessing. That was a beautiful moment, poignant moment on our show as well, wasn't it? Yeah. And you guys, you guys are so expressive. You were, congratulating her as well. So we've been on for 2 hours and just about 45 minutes with this beautiful episode. We love you back, Jen, in our very special place we call Lovity Hall. This is quite a show here, and with all of you. Renee Oscom is here from Iowa. Hope you're doing well. Renee, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and your family. She just got in, so she's got some archive watching to binge, and I hope you enjoy all the episodes and this one as well. And again, folks, check out the Magic of Lights episode where we take you on that holiday light tour of the Magic of Lights, Christmas lights. I think you'll enjoy that as well. All right, gang, we're going to wrap up. This was really wonderful. And again, an amazing week of guests coming up. Really, really cool. Just to remind you, from American Idol, Ryan Dunkelman. He was the original co-host with Ryan Seacrest, and he's very open about that whole saga. He's a great comedian and actor. Karen Grassley, she played the mom on Little House on the Prairie. She's with us on Tuesday. Brian is here at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Monday. Karen is with us on Tuesday. Special time, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Then the incredible Clint Holmes, music legend, singer-songwriter, Las Vegas icon. He's going to be with us live on Wednesday of this week, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. So 5 Eastern, 2 p.m. folks on the West Coast as well. Good stuff, gang. Great shows, great guests, good stuff coming up. Rini says, sounds wonderful. Absolutely. And good to see you, Rini, as well. They're in the Midlands. And everybody that's watching, we know we have a lot of people that watch who don't comment live, but they just watch and enjoy. And we value and appreciate and welcome you as well. As long as you're watching and viewing and enjoying and getting something out of our series, that's what matters most. We love you all. We say that all the time. And it's always a blessing to have you here. None of us like to wrap up. So Kathleen's still here. We love it. You guys are troopities right to the end. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Sleep well. Lovity is the best, as are you, Jim. Thank you very much, Kathleen. I hope your cat is doing better, my friend. And we still got to get together. I know it's long overdue, Kathleen. Jim, tonight or tomorrow morning, I have a good question for you in our Facebook spot. Check it out. All Zen Slancha. And our Facebook spot, of course, is The Jim Masters Show, Lovity Hall. That's our Facebook group for our show. And then you can find me at Jim Masters TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter as well. And of course, this is that's the handle for our YouTube channel as well. So I think we've capped it off beautifully, right? I toast all of you. We're going to have dinner, maybe a cocktail, a little libation on a Saturday night. Why not? Life is short. And that's it. Anything you'd like to add in? You know how I say to the guests, anything you'd like to say towards the end? Anything you'd like to add in? If you're watching our shows and you do want to comment live in chat, just so you know, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. That's an extra bonus for those who are subscribed to our YouTube channel. If you like to comment when the show is live and be interactive with me, the other viewers, and our guest, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and you click the notification bell. That way you can chat in live chat when the show is live. So make sure you are subscribed. That's something, it's an extra bonus we are giving to those who subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we really appreciate that. So you get to actually interact with me, our guests, and with each other in chat when you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can leave a comment afterwards, or you can also leave a comment during the show when it's live or afterwards on our YouTube channel as well. Whew, that's a lot to say, isn't it? So much to say. We should see the Radio City Christmas show. That would be nice. Remember the guest, Nikita Burston? Remember when Nikita was on the show? My buddy Nikita, the brilliant singer and actor, Broadway performer. It was his girlfriend at the time, but his wife, they got married this fall, is one of the Rockettes. Yes, the Radio City Music Hall Rockettes. Our buddy Nikita, they live out on the West Coast in the San Francisco area. He's back in New York now because of, Broadway coming. Romeo and Juliet, I believe, off Broadway is coming back. So he's performing in that, I believe, as Romeo. And Nikita Burston, if you didn't see that episode when Nikita was a guest on our show, go back in the archives right here on our YouTube channel. Look back at the past episodes. You'll see that episode. We had a blast. And he sang live for us too. His wife, now wife, I don't know if you knew he got married. His wife is one of the Radio City Music Hall Rockettes. Yes. You might have seen her during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade when the Rockettes were performing, marching in front of Macy's for Thanksgiving. His wife was in that. And the lighting of the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center in New York City, the beautiful tree that came from Maryland, USA. It's a gorgeous tree. Yes, Nikita and I chat, and they got married. Isn't that cool? And his wife is one of those incredible Rockettes. Beautiful emojis from Kathleen. Jen Barry, I had an aunt, Lillian, who actually the George Burns doll comes from her, did the CDs through the CDs, CBs. Remember when CBs were big? Usually truck drivers used to have the CBs, but then people started to get them. Yours is Flower Power. My Aunt Lillian's used to be Diamond Lillian, Diamond Lil, and yours was Flower Power. Do people have CDs anymore? And Leo True Frost sent a question. I just sent you a guest question, Jim. Terrific. We appreciate that as well. So we'll look for that. And nice. You guys are great. Jen says, Kathleen, I wish when I was a little Mom took me to see the Rockettes. They are so good, magical. Wow, hope to see them as an adult. Love them. Yeah, the Radio City Music Hall Christmas Spectacular is a must as well. Did you see the episode when Satomi Hoffman was on the show, the brilliant singer and actress? She was on the show, and she stars in The Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. If you didn't see that episode of our series, check it out. I think you'll enjoy that. And did you see the episode with Jessica Radetsky? Jessica is one of the dancers in The Phantom of the Opera. That's right. She is one of the dancers in The Phantom of the Opera. And she was with us recently on our show. So check that episode out as well. Did you see when Steven Sorrentino was with us? Las Vegas entertainer, comedian, impressionist, actor, singer. He did some funny impressions. That episode is on our YouTube channel. He is the cousin of Bruce Springsteen. And he mentions that on the show. If you didn't see that episode, check it out. All right. Many of you are still hanging with us. It's a nice Saturday hang here. We are just under 3 hours of nonstop chat. Catrina was really a troopity, wasn't she? She was battling that sinus infection and still sang those two beautiful songs for us. And then we played some as well for you here. That's somebody who's really resilient, and she loves what she does. And I think it was kind of cool how she talked about, she's had kidney infections and all kinds of different things where she's had to go on stage. And that was really amazing. You loved the Robbie show from the Four Seasons. Oh, what a night. Yes. If you did not see that show, it was epic music. It was this week. He is a legend in the business. He is the music director for Frankie Valli and has been for over 40 years. Robbie Robinson. And again, he's a brilliant performer, and he performed live on our show, and we had so much fun, and he absolutely loved it. Loved it so much. He has shared this with a lot of his friends in the music business, and some of his colleagues are coming on the show as guests as well. If you didn't see that episode, check it out on our YouTube channel right here. I think you'll enjoy it. For those of you who are watching who do love the Irish artists, just as a reminder, we've had Mairead Nesbitt was on our show twice from Celtic Woman and Rocktopia and Rock Me Amadeus, and a whole host of other great things. She also has her own jewelry line on JTV. She's a beautiful friend of mine. Lisa Kelly was with us, one of the originals. Alex Sharp from Celtic Woman was with us. Lynn Hillary was with us as well. Ava McMahon was with us. Orla Fallon was with us. They all were originally with Celtic Woman. And Chloe Agnew was with us as well. Mairead was with us twice, and we love that. So check that out. And Megan Walsh was with us last week, and Maren O'Mahony was with us. She's the newest Celtic Woman. And if you didn't see that, check it out on our YouTube channel. And if you love the other Irish artists, did you know that Sir James Galway was a guest on our show for a Christmas episode? Check that out on our YouTube channel. And his lovely wife, Lady Jean Galway, they're dear friends. They also played live. They played their flutes. They played Christmas music live. Go back in the archives. They were with us. That was beautiful. Did you know that legendary music producer and musician Phil Coulter was with us, and he played live from his home? Did you know that George Hutton and Roy Buckley were with us as well? Did you know that Conor McGinty was with us? Did you know that Damien McGinty was with us, who originally was with Celtic Thunder, and he was on Glee? And of course, my buddy Neil Byrne was on the show twice from Celtic Thunder and Byrne and Kelly. Ryan Kelly was here on the show twice. My buddy Ryan, known these guys for years, interviewed them on television here in the States. Damien McGinty was on the show twice. He was just on recently again. Colin Keegan was with us twice. He was just on recently again. Ryan Kelly, Neil Byrne. Keith Harkin was with us as well. Keith's sister, Rebecca Harkin, who's a wonderful singer and songwriter. She's in Australia. She was with us as well, if you didn't see those episodes. Oscar Blue was on the show. And Paul Byram was with us too. If you didn't see any of these episodes, for those who love the Irish-themed artists, they're all here on our YouTube channel. You can binge and watch and enjoy the music and enjoy the Irish crack and the levity and everything else. Lots of fun with them. Many of them I've already known for years because of my work on PBS, and we've stayed friends and in touch, so they wanted to hop right on the show. Sean Wiley, remember Sean Wiley? Sean Wiley is in Under the Street Lamp, that popular group. He was a guest on our show as well. Just trying to think back to some of the amazing people that have been on our show from all different backgrounds and genres of life, not just entertainment, not just singers and actors and musicians, but all kinds of backgrounds. We love that. So did you see the episode with Chef Christopher Prosperi from Metro Beast Restaurant? That was awesome. He gave us holiday tips for planning your holiday meals and talked about some foods. That was an episode that was making my stomach rumble. It was really a delicious episode. And from Lorimar Winery in California, we had Mark, the CEO, talk about pairing foods with wines for the holidays and more. That was great. So again, we have something for everybody here on the show. Breaker 19, Diamond Lil. It's Flower Power. Our 1020 location is on the Jim Masters show. I hope I spelled her name right. You spelled hers, Lil. Just the one L for Lil. So she's Lil. And the S fell off Masters. So you got Master. So I think if you trade the L for Lil, take the L off, and that disappears, and you put the S on Masters, then you got it. Our buddy Owen Dara as well was a great guest. Your brother as well, too. Jason Thompson was a great guest. So many guests. I mean, we've done 550 episodes at least. Guests extraordinaire. And some viewers have also been guests on our show. That's right. And I think we should go back to, I know I mentioned we were going to do it, but time pulled me away. I think we were talking about doing, going back to Viewer of the Week. I think we're going to do that in our Facebook group, Viewer of the Week. Go back to that, because that was one of the first things I did when I created the Jim Masters show a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now. We used to do Viewer of the Week. And that was fun. So many wonderful guests. I know. I look back sometimes and I forget. I'm like, wow, oh yeah, that person was on and that person was on. And bam, that was really a great episode with that person. And then all the Lovity shows, all the pop-up shows that we've done, where it's just us. We don't have a guest on purpose. So it's just us to chat, and we do epic conversations about life and inspiration and food and family and all kinds of cool things and music and whatever it is we want to talk about, we talk about. We do that as well here on the show. And I think that's really, really cool. Good stuff, gang. Kathleen Walker is so cool, being the first Viewer of the Week. I thought that was great too. You were the first Viewer of the Week. Yeah, that was great. And you came on the show too. You've been on the show a couple of times. Yes, you had Peter Marks. Peter Marks, the world-renowned astrologer and intuitive. He's a big fan of our series. He loves our show. He's always commenting on Facebook and everything else. He loves the show. And Kathleen had an opportunity to have a live reading during an episode of the Jim Masters Show live when intuitive and astrologer and psychic medium Peter Marks was on. That's just a few weeks ago. If you didn't see that episode, check it out. It was very eye-opening and very moving too. And Peter's amazing. And he came to us through Stefan Ryback. And Stefan was a great guest as well. He was very open about the book that he wrote about his family and growing up and so much more. And Marty Thompson says, hey, viewers, get on board and subscribe and be a part of the Lovity family. I second that emotion, and thank you, Marty. I appreciate that. We're growing our subscriber base and our viewership, and one person at a time, and we really appreciate it. For those of you who are with us all the time, you guys really are a blessing. We're going to have to do another pop-up show. This is sort of like one. We had our guest, but we are just under 3 hours of conversation. I guess we all needed this today, huh? All right, sending you some lovity again. Again, if you guys want to comment when the shows are live, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel so you can comment when the shows are live. You can comment in chat. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe. And if this was your first time watching, we welcome. If it's your 1,000th time watching, well, thank you very much. That means you've watched these shows twice because we've done over 500 of them. So if you've watched 1,000 times, you've watched them at least twice. And we love that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Mission accomplished. Chatting with all of you and having a good time. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time of day it is, morning, noon, or night around the world. We're here for you on the Jim Masters Show live. We're going to duck out, gang. Always beautiful to have you guys here. It's always a wonderful time together. And one more comment coming in here. We're trying to get to, as many comments as we can. Let's do a pop-up Christmas show. Absolutely. We are going to put one of those together. This was great. The interaction is priceless. Love it. Thank you, Jim. My pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. And good to see Kathleen. Good to see Marty. Good to see everybody here. And again, everybody that's just kicking back and watching quietly, sort of anonymously. Thanks for being here as well. We appreciate it. We realize not everybody has the ability to, or even wants to comment live. They just want to kick back and watch quietly. That's perfectly fine. If you can leave a comment on our YouTube channel, that would be awesome. That does help us out. All right. Your host here, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time. 3 hours. We hit the 3-hour mark. Wow. This is like a telethon, but it's always great. You don't really find things like this on the internet in the way that we do it. It's quite special because we really like spending the time with all of you. It's 7 o'clock at night. It's din time for us here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and stick with us. More great shows coming up. For those watching live, we're back on Monday with an incredible guest and more levity and conversation and surprises. And those of you who are not watching this live right now, you're watching this later on, stay right here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Another epic episode comes right up for you. And Marty Thompson, thank you very much. See you, mate. See you too, Marty. I can hear him saying that with an Australian accent. See you, mate. Thanks, Marty. And Juanita in South Africa as well with the hearts. All right, gang. Love you all. You guys take care. Be well. And we don't say goodbye. We just say, see you later. Thanks for joining us. Fun episode today with Catrina and with all of you here on the Jim Masters Show Live. I know we hate to leave, right? We hate to fade to black. This is so fun. Everybody's watching around the world, having a good time, but we'll be back soon. And we look forward to joining you then. All right. Take care. Have a good day. Good night. Good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm Jim Masters. Be well. Cheers. You don't want me to end, do you? You want me to just keep talking? I can. What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about? No, it's time to go. Little encore there for you. We love you all. Be well. Once again. Oh, see, I knew another comment would come in. Go eat. Oh, yeah. See you, mate, and go eat. Yes, it is time to eat. My stomach is rumbling. So that is the cue. Be well. Love you all. And cheers.